And hello, people of the internet. I had a little song I was probably going to sing. And hello, people of the internet. And Twitch turned my volume back on, so I just got my echo. Okay, so the first thing we absolutely have to talk about is this glorious picture of Frick up on the screen. Crumpler, tell us about your glorious new artwork.
Yes, this particular piece was done by an artist known as Lisa Hall. We met at Salt Lake Gaming Con that was going on this last weekend, and she has done artwork for me in the past. So there's always a challenge when it comes to like coming up with characters that you think are worthy of being drawn. And I felt Frick was worthy this year. So I found Lisa's table. I immediately told her, I have a bugbear drunken master. I told her the tales of our campaigns. And I gave little reference photo that I had at the time, and she purely went to town. Like, and again, you'll see, like, if you watched past campaigns, you also know that our party likes to give Frick disguises. So you'll see clearly in the photo, his beard is done up. There's reminiscence of white from like past disguises, still reminiscing, and of course him holding a bottle of wine with stained fur as well.
It is absolutely gorgeous.
He's beautiful.
If you need artwork, look up Lisa Hall. I think I got her link. Just a sec. I'm going to drop it in. Here we go. I'm going to put this into Twitch. So go there, get your artwork. Tell her how much because we've been gushing over Frick for a couple days.
Yeah. Yes, we have.
Okay. Let me remove that so that we can get.
Man.
I know it looks better than my artwork.
Oh, like an tiring Frick over the town.
Oh my God. Okay, we're gonna have Frick Kong attack the city later. Prepare for that, guys.
So does the enlarged spell stack?
It does now.
Sadly, it does
That
not.
would be totally awesome.
Okay,
Do a kaiju fight.
The end battle is going to be Frick has been cursed with something that makes him giant, and all he wants to do is have a drink.
Why are the casts too small?
Oh, that was so much better than the end battle I had planned, which was going to be you guys versus
Like,
evil
he'll grab
wizards.
a cask and try to drink it and just like crush it and be like, crap, I just wasted all of that.
Oh, okay. I had something I was going to say, and it got lost in giant Frick. Oh, all right.
Sorry.
No. Okay. On to the actual game. Danny will be joining us whenever work lets off. Michael, Kyle, things came up. People are calling him away from his actual duties to help out with things that, so he can't join us. So he claims. I'm trying to fiddle with something, but all my stuff I'm fiddling with is off camera. Okay. Anyway, so I thought we would do a little bit of a quick catch-up, because last session, the players, they took a job, they went out, they hunted some cave fishers, got a little bit of money, a few random items from the corpse of a poor black alley poison alchemist guy who picked the wrong cave. And they went out for a little bit of much-earned revelry, which, as I recall, left several people having to be guided home, and a little bit of a force feeding at one point. Looking at Jeslyn. But I
Don't know what you mean.
And after that, everyone finally went home, went to sleep. So I thought we'd also take this opportunity to sort of, try to get a better feel on the timeline. Because we've noticed that when you play, it goes a lot slower or it feels like it's a lot more time has passed than what the DM always seems to think. So I think it's fair to say that it's been about a month since the episodes of Session 2 when Jeslyn and Viserius joined the group. For from Michael's point of view, that means he has 7 months left in which to stop the wedding at the Harvest Festival. The rest of you really aren't on any sort of a timeline. Pete, I'm referring to the handful of items that you collected. There was a few poisons, potions. There was some items that were in the group. Everybody just sort of divided everything up. Anyway, so it's a new day. The sun is rising. What are the people in Goldleaf Manor doing to start their day?
Is this like the exact following day?
Yeah. So, it's probably around 10 a.m. already. So, like the merchants and stuff, they're already out. The shops are open. I'm trying to move things around on my screen, my other screen. I've got like 2 screens.
Well, I know one thing. I know Frick did not get plastered last night because he was tending to Jocelyn and basically became guardian that night. Yeah, you laugh now. So I imagine, if anything, he was probably just asleep on the floor next to Jocelyn because he probably made sure she didn't get into a fuss or get in any trouble.
Yeah, I'm probably waking up with a nasty headache, I imagine.
Guys, since I will see if I can find the if I didn't already delete the things that were in the Cave Fisher loot, but I was cleaning out some of my stuff. I might have deleted that list since people forgot to write it down. Remember to write down the loot, guys. It helps me. Well, okay, we can just start doing things since nobody wants to wake up.
Well, I'm trying to remember what the hell Rihanna did that night.
Party and do a
Oh
dance.
Don't you remember, like, you were doing a whole lot of dancing and I was doing a whole lot of failed dancing?
That's
Which is
right.
what led to my binging.
It was a party after
But
the
did
mission.
I go home with you guys, or did I pull my stupid stunt and fly away?
No, everybody
Well, you
went home, as I recall.
mean-
Towards the mansion.
Yeah, I mean,
There was a wee involved.
That's what I thought. I was trying to remember, like, shit, didn't I? I gotta stop drinking and flying.
They're just like, walk. Why do I need to walk? Wee! Towards the mansion.
that sounds about right.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, let's be honest, you don't really walk anywhere if you don't have to.
Yeah,
You can leave your friends behind.
Because your
But I
friends
don't
don't
think
fly,
you
and if
left
they
it-
don't fly, they ain't no friends of mine.
I don't think you left in a bad mood. Like, it wasn't.
No, I was in a fantastic mood.
It wasn't a huffy running off and leaving everybody behind type of thing. It was just you can fly, so why not fly?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, like Frick said, wee, and off I went. Okay, well, I'm assuming that I eventually went to bed, so I will get up in the morning and just kind of be like, this was fun. Walk downstairs and see who's down there.
I am not down there because I am not up to being awake right now. I've pictured Jessalyn like laying on her face on the bed, like half her, like one arm and one leg hanging over the side, face smashed into the pillow.
Trilak is downstairs.
I'll go back upstairs.
You're
She's
totally
not
breaking
knock
up.
on our door breaks. She's still.
You got some bad lag, Carrie.
As long.
Break up and say like, Aslan.
Okay. Maybe she's going to switch back over to her phone. Because her computer and her phone cannot handle. I mean, her computer cannot handle 2 programs at once. So,
Hey, I'm not gonna laugh. My laptop can't either, so
Yeah.
I'd have
I
to go
kinda
back to the.
forgot.
yeah, we don't want that anymore.
No.
That was the greatest. What are you talking about, Andy? I don't know.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
So far,
Yes.
Okay, good.
Goody gumdrops.
Oh,
Doesn't that always
So we-
seem like the absolute worst question to ask? Can you hear me? I
can
mean,
you hear me?
it's like, are you awake yet?
Is that better?
Yes, that
Yes.
sounds better.
Okay, good.
So what were you saying?
I said, I go downstairs, look around, I don't see Jesslyn, and remembering kind of how things went last night, I'll be like, I better check on her because I didn't realize that Frick had tended to her. So I'll go upstairs, I'll knock on her door.
He's probably
Jesslyn,
he's probably laying in the floor and blocking the door completely.
And it's like you just see
Jesslyn.
No.
it's there. Just Frick just slowly opens the door. She's trying to sleep.
But it's 10 in the morning.
Since when do you care about time?
Good point.
Since when do you have a clock?
That's true. Yeah, I think it's 10. Okay, is she alive? Is she okay? Does she need anything?
Go away.
Yes, very much alive.
I'm sorry.
I will bring up some food and a pitcher of water.
Here, hello. Just going out for a minute.
I don't think she cares.
I throw my pillow at the door.
Ah!
She gets kind of ornery when she drinks.
What do you think I'm in here?
To keep from destroying us all.
Okay, you can think of me as the gatekeeper. She's the game master.
Yes.
Yes, you guys are guarding the gates to hell. Anyway, are you? Oh, were you going to come with me, or did you want to just stay here?
To be honest,
Go out in the hallway.
Oh, okay.
all right, come with. And I just like Frick just slowly closes the door as quiet as it can.
And then I'll go. Get some rest.
She punches a hole through the door. It's all your fault, okay?
Okay.
I think she can do it too.
I mean, she's punching
Maybe.
a hole
You know she can. He knows what those fists and legs can do.
kind of disappearing. Ah! Yeah. So I'll go downstairs and I will fetch some bread and cheese and a pitcher of water and a glass to take back upstairs to leave there so that when she decides she can function, she can put a little something in her body.
Okay. That's so sweet.
Yeah, I won't be a jerk about it this time. I'll open the door quietly and I'll walk over, set it on the table in her room, and just kind of quietly put my hand on her shoulder to kind of keep her from punching me.
She's
Just kind of quietly, huh?
I was gonna say she's rolled over by now and she's laying on her back with her mouth like wide open, eyes closed, probably snoring.
Okay, well, I'll put my hands on her shoulders so she doesn't jump up and punch me, and say very quietly, Jess, I'm leaving some water and food for you here when you feel like it, okay? And then I get the fuck away.
Thanks, Mom.
You're welcome, dear. Turn around, walk out, shut the door. I'm gonna go back downstairs and I'm gonna look for food myself because I'm hungry.
Okay. I figure, the unseen servants have, unless somebody made a better breakfast, they probably got like a simple breakfast going.
Yeah.
Frick.
It's
So,
cinnamon apple oatmeal.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yay. At least it's not plain oatmeal.
and yes, Matt, that's probably what happened. I probably thought I did turn into a bat, but I probably just flapped my arms with my cape and thought that I was a bat. But I was having a lot of fun. Actually, it's a good thing I didn't just spontaneously turn into a bat in the tavern while dancing because I was flapping my arms around, I'm sure.
Well, it was a little too well lit. That
That's
feature
true.
only works in dim light.
That's right, I forgot.
But I imagine she'd probably like be on a bar still. Whee!
Oh, probably. She just got she's just got the wings out. I'm Batwoman. Whee!
No, it's more like, I'm Batwoman.
Yes.
Sorry, that was difficult. Anyway. I'll sit down and start eating whatever food they put out. And Frick, are you sitting there also?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Trilic was down there too, you said.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Miss Rihanna.
It looks as if our more humanly blah, never mind.
Let me guess, too early for you?
Just a little. But it seems like the humans, and I haven't seen the elf yet, but seems like she took it a lot harder than we did.
Well, you should know you were there. Or do you not remember?
I remember dancing. And I remember...
There was some level of dancing. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't remember much. I just know we had fun.
Well,
Jess is recovering from that blow to her self-esteem whenever she failed at walking sexy out the door. And then failed at dancing. She had an all-around fail of a night, so she took it rough.
I told her we'll work on it later. Do either of you have anything interesting going on today?
Well, it depends. Are you going to try to have fun without me again?
No. I'm just curious if you were going to be heading out anywhere in the city, if you wanted company.
I don't know. Never really get a good chance to scan the city. I don't really know what's here. Besides, you can see if I have simple pleasures. Food, drink. As long as I have at least some level of clothing, I'm usually been fine.
Yes, some level of clothing is good. They kind of frown upon nudity in public here, I've noticed.
Yeah.
I actually am going to a blacksmith to see if I can get a new suit of armor fitted.
Oh. Sounds something as part of the reward that we worked for the other day.
Yes. Though unfortunately I do need a bit more money.
Yeah.
If it would be okay to borrow some.
I would not be against helping. I mean, you kind of been a good guy lately, so if we can find some, I'm happy to help.
I think, yeah, I mean, how much do you need?
He sourced his bag, does been math. To be exact, 755.
Actually, I do tend to roll for some of these because Xanthar has like a nice little roll system for items. So, you know, unless it was just an actual very common thing, like if you want magic items, it might be a little different.
Just standard.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, we'll go with the prices in the book.
So is that the total price or how much you're short?
That is how much I'm short.
Okay. Well, I do have a couple of things that I wanted to go try and purchase myself. So I don't know how much I'd have left over, but I'd be happy to help you out if I'm able to.
Thank you.
Yes.
But again, do not. This is something that can be done in the future. It is not necessary as of yet.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I think it'd be best to wait until the entire group comes in because we tend to just like do our own thing, Marco. So we need to at least get a group decision before we get into any more possible fuss, because it seems like the ways of adventure seem to always find us.
I don't know what you're speaking of, Frick.
I've known as long as I've been in the city. Don't start.
No, I need to. There's a couple of items I want to go check on and see if I'm able to acquire them.
Right. Yeah, so I'm not against that. If anything, even if I can't find anything, I'll help you to lend you some gold. My friends, I'm happy to assist.
Thank you. By the way, you lot have been upstairs. Is anyone feeling particularly hungover?
Hungover is being kind.
Jesslyn's pretty rough. Jesslyn is pretty rough.
I will go see to that in a moment.
Okay. Well, when you go do
back
that,
up.
yeah, I was gonna say, take one of us or both of us with you.
He looks at Frick, kind of tilts his head to the side. His eyes show a bit of like, for English.
His eyes show a bit of English.
It's your language. It's named after your country, for crying out loud.
I know. Doesn't mean I'm good at it.
Excuse you, I speak Americanese.
I speak Southern. Y'all.
Apparently, I sound a little bit like I'm from Minnesota.
Come on.
Minnesota?
And as I say that, the frick, Freedom, where are you? Where are you?
I love mini sodas.
And I know Kyle can't actually be watching us, but doesn't he keep saying he has what he calls party funds that he is happy to lend you guys also?
Yeah, let's open up Michael's character sheet and see what he's got.
I'm doing that now. I don't care if you guys steal from him.
Does he need a shield? Nah. Does he need a sword? Nah.
I'm trying to figure out where he would keep those notes.
Do we know where there's a local pawn shop, Andy? He doesn't want
I'm
his
going to
loot.
say yes, you do. I mean, like, he kept saying he had like 55 platinum that was for everybody to spend. But his character sheet doesn't really show that amount of money.
Is there just gonna be like almost like a jar with just the platinum inside in case of party?
Let me just ask him, because he keeps saying it, and maybe he'll check his messages.
Hey, Carrie, did you put that potion that I gave you in your inventory? Is she actually AFK? She got her thing on.
Yeah, she went BRB.
Oh, okay.
Which potion are you speaking of?
The potion of diminution or whatever, the one that
Yes.
shrinks you.
Yes,
Okay.
I did put that. Yes, I did.
All right. So I'm checking out
Here's
my
what
inventory
I
then.
remember that was in that the cave fisher thing. There was a couple of random poisons. I would have
Yeah,
to.
which I think we. Okay, yeah, because they're like, oh, a couple poisons, but you didn't give us specifics. That's probably why I didn't put it in my inventory.
Yeah, because you said you would write them up later.
I thought I sent them to Pete or something because.
Oh.
Okay. In that case, sorry, I forgot. You people act like I'm smart. I will pick out a couple of. I'll pick out a few things and send to you.
I'm like, I don't make that mistake.
You're super smart, Andy. Now, how much gold can I add to my inventory?
Well, I've already added on the gold I missed. That went into chat because I'm still learning how to roll up loot.
Yeah, I got that.
So one of the potions was
1,000 for you, 1,000 for you, 1,000 for you.
Yes.
I think Oprah owns that statement, so
I know.
You don't mess with Oprah.
No.
One of them was a potion called the Potion of Disguise, and let's see, I got stuff in here. Like I said, I'll send you the full write-up on it, but the short version is it was a a simple potion that can turn you into another person if you have like a sample of them, like hair or nailed or something.
I think we decided that one of the people who doesn't have disguise kit abilities should probably take that. But I don't remember the discussion completely, to be honest with you.
Well, it doesn't turn you into, like, disguise self. You can pick who you are. This right here,
It's like a polyjuice potion.
okay,
Yes.
sure, if that makes sense to anybody.
It does. Don't you ever watch or read Harry Potter? God.
I read Harry Dresden, and that's magic for grown-ups.
Oh my god, Jeslyn, you need to take that and you need to get a piece of Frick's hair, and when we go into a battle, you need to take that so that you look like Frick.
Are there size restrictions?
Well, he's a medium creature.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah, every player character is a medium creature. That's like a rule in the book.
But I know that with disguise self, it's within.
We're going to say this lets you perfectly mimic the person. That's why you need a sample of them.
Oh my
So-
god, yes.
She walk up and be like, "Look, excuse me."
I'm gonna be. How long does it last?
I just put it in here. Did I not?
Where'd you put it? In the Twitch?
1d4 days.
I mean, Discord.
1d4 days.
It lasts for
Ooh.
days?
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Oh my god, I need a pink ribbon so I could be pink ribbon Frick.
So you're gonna be Fricka?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you guys.
Rihanna, I
That's
assume you
too
want the
much.
poison, so once
Please.
I found them, I'll send you. 'Cause
Yeah, that's fine. Yes.
No, Matt. No.
I was like, hey, this is a really interesting thing. I wonder how the party will use it. Fricka and Frick walking down the street.
I'm putting pink bows in my beard and everything. It is gonna be so cute. Okay. Should I put it? I'm gonna put it down as a Fricka potion. I'm just kidding.
I love it. I love it. I love it. You're killing him, you guys.
Okay, Carrie, I'm sending you 2 potions right now.
Okay.
Poisons, I mean. You, of course, like I said, poison can technically be used by anybody. You're just the one who knows more about them and how to craft them.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. We had talked about that one. Ooh.
Yeah. Okay, so that's what.
You gave me good ones.
Okay. Yeah, I honestly just like, here's a couple,
He's like-
copy and paste.
He's like, you said that. He's like, shit.
No.
These are good.
The thing is the problem with poison is you have to be able to use it properly. It's one if you just coat it on your blade. Well, that's one thing, but applying poison to people requires effort, like
Yes,
finding people
stealth.
and physical proximity to them.
I know.
Okay.
And I jump out of the shadows and say, "Boo!" Haha, you're dead. Sorry.
I'm gonna find a way to make that a thing. That's gonna be a 9th level spell. It only works when you're using stealth.
Love it.
That's funny. Okay, well, I will get this all transcribed into my stuff.
Okay.
Yay!
I'm going to say that I'll confer more with Kyle, but we'll just say that when you guys go to his room, he left a note saying something about, carousing with nobles today.
Intel. Reconnaissance work. I understand.
Yeah, that's probably what he means.
Yeah, totally.
That sounds exactly like what he actually meant.
I'd like to finally wake up and eat my delicious breakfast/snack that Rihanna left me. She was so lovely.
Oh, well, thank you.
It's probably very
Andy,
good.
one
Or
question.
if you want to puke, I'm not sure.
Are these actual poisons that I can find in the book, or are these ones
Those
made
are
up?
custom poisons that I made,
Got it.
or that I stole from somebody else, but most of the time I customized them.
Okay, that's cool.
Okay, so yeah, Michael, like I said, he just left that note on his bed. He didn't even bother. Well, maybe he tacked it to the door. I'll let you guys decide. Did you just kick open his door? Michael, where are you? And then there was this little note. out
Or
carousing.
just a note that stately floats down the hall.
Yeah. He didn't tack it up properly, and it was flying around. The unseen service just keeping it aloft as they walk.
Yeah.
And it just said, "Gone carousing."
That sounds
Great,
like
we have-
him.
Yeah,
He
I
sounds
know.
like
We
a
have work
carouser.
to do.
Yeah.
We have work to do. So what does he do? That's fine. Whatever.
I love blaming him for stuff that he can't help when he can't be here. This is great.
It's awesome.
It is a lot of fun.
What a jerk.
Well, it is what it is. Now, I have an idea of where he might have that bag at because he did leave it in my care at one time. So I'm going to use my roguey skills, and roguey skills. And I'm going to search his room for the bag if it's not in an obvious place.
Okay, I can't find the exact amount of gold that he has. I mean, I can see how much gold he has, but he always kept that listed separately, I thought. But I can't find it on his character sheet.
Okay.
I'm going to check again, but I've
Look,
asked him.
If he has that much platinum, it's like you get a platinum, you get a platinum, you get a platinum.
I'll put it this way: he's got a lot of platinum in his character sheet. I just don't. I know he did bet some of his money,
That's right.
but he doesn't have like anything that just says, X amount for the party. So
Right.
I'll put it this way: if you want to look for it, we'll say you can take the platinum, but somebody has to keep note of how much of his platinum you spend, so that way you can work out reparations later. So if you want to keep track of that yourselves, I'll tell you the number. Okay, I mean, I need a yes or no, verbal. None of this.
Yeah.
It's up to you if you steal his money.
I'm not stealing, I'm borrowing.
You
I'm
have
not
to
there.
say it out loud, Carrie.
We're gonna borrow some money.
Okay.
He said it was for us to use, so
Well, that's what I can't remember. Before I give you his money, you have to. I need the confirmation from
There's
you.
some rogue steals, what he's
Yes.
asking.
He wants you
Okay.
to assume responsibility.
Are you, Carrie? Are you going to keep track of this number and, if necessary, pay him back, or just tell
I'm not
him
gonna take all of it. I was just gonna take.
he has 30 platinum pieces?
I was gonna take one and give it to Trilak so he can get his shit.
Okay, I will mark it down as 29 now.
Isn't that just 10 gold?
Yes, it is.
Ow. Well, I bet does it. How come I thought it was 100? I didn't know
No,
why.
it's
That's
10.
a bar
Here you go,
in another
Trilak.
game.
Just get yourself a...
He has 30 platinum pieces, and that equals 300 gold.
You can get a wristband.
Well, in that case, we'll just leave it be.
Okay. If he gets back to me on Discord and tells me otherwise, I thought he had what he kept saying was party funds, but he didn't note it anywhere I could find.
Yeah.
So you guys will just have to go out and do some gambling or take more work or something.
Yeah.
Trilak will head upstairs, knock on Jeslin's door.
Come in.
He opens the door. Miss Jeslin, how are you feeling?
Like, sort of like I did when Frick punched me in the nose.
Yeah, that's not good.
She's sitting up, by the way, and eating, so she just looks like death warmed over.
He walks over and kneels next to her, so just looks up and down. Physical injuries.
What are you doing?
I'm checking your health, making sure that you're okay.
I'm walking by, I poke my head in the door. He's gonna fix you up so you don't feel like shit.
I'm not hurt. Just hungover.
Incredibly.
Yeah.
Alright then. He places a hand on your shoulder and he casts Lesser Restoration. Do you feel better now?
I feel better.
You do feel better. Yeah. You still got a little bit of it. It doesn't completely take it away, but it's like, a mild functioning headache. It'll pass in an hour or so.
I didn't, I could have done that, and I didn't even think about it. Thank you.
Yes, well, it's hard to think when your mind is, having the effects of alcohol.
Is everybody awake? Who can make food?
Stick my head back in again. That was me. I leave again.
Thanks, Rihanna.
No problem, dear.
Master Frick is awake as well. He is downstairs. I've not heard from Master Viserius yet.
Okay, I'll be down in a minute. I gotta clean up. I look gross. I look really gross. Get. I wave him out.
Alright. Hey. Still.
What?
I just imagine Jeslyn pushing me out the door.
No, she's just waving at him, just shooing him.
Oh.
That's too much effort yet. She's still sitting on the bed, just shooing him out.
He stands up, nods, and takes his leave. Heads back downstairs.
Close the door!
Oh. Okay. Shuts the door. As he
She's
turns
kind
around.
of bossy.
I keep forgetting. To be honest, I keep forgetting to shut things behind me. That's probably how Mr. Trevor got in.
Were you raised in a barn?
No, I was raised in a forest. We don't have doors.
That makes sense.
Up until 2 years ago, doors fascinated me. I used to think they were impenetrable fortresses until I saw someone walk through one.
That's okay.
And do not even get me started on glass doors. They were confusing still to this day. Some of the nobles confuse me. I mean, why create a door which you don't know it's open, and then you walk into it and then your nose gets hurt? Anyway. I'm going downstairs to eat my breakfast. Do you need any assistance, Rihanna?
Oh no, I'm good. I just need to get a few things from my room, and I think I'm gonna go take a walk. I need some fresh air.
Is this take a walk or take a walk? And he does quotation marks.
Take a walk.
Please do be safe.
I will. Don't tell anybody. I don't want anybody freaking out.
Of course.
I just have some business I need to attend to.
What's his name?
Of course.
Aren't you getting dressed?
She came from behind the door.
I'm bathing. I'm gonna spend some time until on the bed stuff.
Jen, I think you have this confused with my other rogue.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what you get up to when you fly away at night on your own.
I just sit on the rooftops throwing pebbles at people.
Aw.
I'm actually willing to say that's canon.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna spend some time in the tub and get really nice and cleaned up and soak and stuff. I'm being a proper girl, taking all day to get ready.
So
Well-
evening happens. It's getting.
And while that takes place, nobody ever bothered to check on Viserius, but we're going to jump over to him right now. Viserius, you've been on the air coach for a couple of hours now. You're not alone in it. There's a couple other people. There's a very large human and his tabaxi friend who always seems to be kind of jittering, like, he can't wait for this flight to be over with.
Okay, well, I'm just sitting there reading a book,
Mhm.
going through my spell book,
Okay.
making sure I've got the proper spells prepared for this journey.
Right.
Wesley's just sitting on my shoulder.
Okay. Well, the Tabaxi, sort of been staring at Wesley and, lying around. He's like, "So, where are you going to?"
I have a certain destination in mind.
"Oh, that is good. Everyone should have a destination. I am going to seek glorious death."
Glorious death, you say?
"Yes, glorious death at the hands of, or the claws of a dragon." And his friends over there are just like, "Dagger, please stop this." "Oh, you should join us. It will be glorious." "He is Torvo. I am Dagger through the heart. What is your name?"
I am Viserius Goldleaf. It is a pleasure to meet you.
"It is a pleasure. Do you wish to join us on glorious death hunting?"
And where, may I ask, are you headed?
"We are heading to find a great dragon so that we can kill it or it can kill us." And the man sat next to him, Torvo, it's like, never mind him. He thinks everything is going to be an epic fight to the death, and so far we've won every time. But we are actually heading to a place near the border that may or may not lead us to glorious death.
Do I know if they're headed in the same direction that I am?
Well,
Or
you're on the same air coach.
So, well, yeah, but I mean, are they headed to the same place that I am?
Let me bring up the map to where you are heading to so that I might actually remember. I could have sworn I put Rookhelm map in there. I don't think I did. Okay, I must have removed the Rookhelm map, but let me find it and I'll just send it to you on Discord.
Okay.
But I mean, just from what he's saying, you're all on the same airship, so maybe.
Yeah, so I'll deduct that. Yeah, we're going to the same place.
If I can find my world map, because
Yeah, well, I'll tell. Now, which one's Dagger's the Tabaxi, right?
yes, he identified himself as Dagger through the heart.
Okay, and Torvo is the human.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Basically, you remember the other day when I put up like a continent map?
Yes.
Okay. I sort of removed some of those extra towns, but you were heading to a place called Rookhelm. They would say that if you bother to tell them where you're going, I mean, if you want to directly ask them if they're heading to Rookhelm.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll ask them. Are you headed to Rookhelm by any chance?
Oh, no, we're going to like a dock port city where we want to sail around the Sea of Ice. We don't want to go through the Sea of Ice. That's just stupid.
Well, Rookhelm's my destination.
It's like, yeah, okay. I mean, to each his own. It's like the worst place in the world to go. Well, second worst. The Sea of Ice is pretty bad. But we don't really want to go over the mountains to try to, going over the mountain and then through the Sea of Ice. That's just stupid. It's better to sail around until you get to some place which is less terribly hospitable.
Oh, will not this coach just fly over the Sea of Ice?
Well, probably not. You see, griffins still have to land because they get tired. So you land at another town, and then you trade out coaches. Have you ever flown before?
No. I believe this is my first time flying.
Okay, well, they get tired, much like horses or people, and you have to trade them out. The Sea of Ice is freaking cold and freaking dangerous, and you don't fly over it. In fact, you really probably shouldn't cross it at all, but some people are stupid and they do it.
No, it's good to know. Thank you for the information.
Well, that one is free because that should have been common knowledge, but okay. So you're going to Rookhelm and you don't know anything about the Sea of Ice. You're a special kind of stupid, aren't you? And Dagger's like, oh, that could be your tabaxi name. Special kind of stupid. Okay, so that's going to be your flight for the next few hours. So we might have to play around with timelines depending on what everybody else does. But does anybody else have anything? Because I know Carrie has something, but we're going to give her a chance to finish her ice cream.
I don't think specific. It just eventually I come out, feeling and looking better. But
Okay.
I have nothing specific.
Okay.
Okay.
So we can go over to Rihanna and...
I'll put this away.
Okay. I mean, don't rush on my account. I don't want you getting brain freeze.
Oh no. No, I'll just put it back in the freezer.
Okay.
I just wanted it back.
I mean, I don't mind talking as a Dagger Through the Heart. I like him. He's insane.
Yeah, he is. Sounds like he and I would get along.
I don't know about that. He wants to die greatly. Like he wants a death that will have songs about it.
Oh yeah, no, screw that shit. Okay.
Okay, Rena, you've made it over to the other side of town. So you are the bar you're looking for. It's right on the edge of like Lower Skint. Like at that river across. It's sort of, it's near the main bridge that goes across the river. It's not too far.
Okay.
So you walk into the bar. You see the person you want to speak to. He's at his normal booth. He's alone. And right as you start to sit down, they've already sat down whatever it is you would normally order at the bar. Like, as soon as you sat down, the drink was there already. And he's just kind of sitting there looking through some notes. And how can I help you today?
Well, I spoke with you a while back about trying to get a few jobs to kind of help boost my rep with the other guilds in town so that I could, make some money.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wondering if, you had anything that I could do. I knew of something that would help with that. I haven't been in this town very long.
Well, I can't really recommend you for a job without knowing your skills, so you can either do something smaller to prove yourself, or you can trade or buy some information off of me and just go out and do your own.
Okay. Well, and I will open up my pack because on my way there I had stopped by my hidey hole place.
Mm-hmm.
And I will open up my bag and I'll pull out some papers and lay them down and say, well, that's one of my talents.
Okay. Just give me a quick forgery roll to see how good you did when you made these.
Let's see. What do I roll for that?
I will let you decide, because we had talked about this. Forgery, it can be a little bit of... I would let you say dexterity or intelligence because, I think a lot of people say, like, painting and writing tends to be a little bit more about dexterity.
Yeah.
So add
just
that and add your proficiency for, your tool set.
Oh.
Well, that sucked.
Wow, and these were supposed to be the ones that you were proud of. And that's actually the way he says it. It's like, this is the work you're proud of.
I'm a little rusty. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, this might be the sort of thing that would get you through, the gate if the guards are really backed up and don't care anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, I do have other talents. I mean, I'm pretty good at getting in and out of places without...
Are you still there? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I heard pretty good at getting in and out, and then it kind of...
Oh, And I said, well, I mean, I do have other skills. I'm pretty good at getting in and out of places without being seen. I mean, is there an object that you need retrieved?
I'll tell you what. Like I said, I don't really do hire people to steal things. I am much more about trading knowledge, and that knowledge can be traded for more knowledge or money. But if you just want to prove yourself, and he'll slide you a picture of a noble's crest, a noble home, a noble family. It's like, just find me something that has, that crest on it. That'll give me an idea of how good you are.
Okay.
But just as the DM, because I know it's been a couple of weeks, you did see some interesting things while you were outside the gate, and you could try to trade for knowledge if you would rather go straight to paying work.
That's true. That is true. Okay. Yeah. So, all right.
But this would be the job. Like, if you can pull that off within a day, he'll know you're good, and then he can be a reference.
Okay. Well, I'll keep that in my, thing. But I will say, information, huh? I don't know. Maybe this is something you're interested in. My friends and I were hired by the Drunken Miner to go collect some brewing supplies from cave fishers. And as we were...
You're doing work for drunk kids? He just smiles. I know what you mean.
Okay, yeah. Anyway, there was a rather large caravan coming towards the city, and they had some... I forgot what they were, Andy. As a player, I forgot what they were. Weren't they like clockwork soldiers?
Yeah, there were clockwork soldiers that were hauling a wagon filled with barrels.
Right. Yes. I'll tell him, yes. There was some clockwork soldiers. They were hauling a pretty good-sized wagon with a lot of barrels in it. Don't know what was in the barrels. But the thing that I found most interesting is that, was it 3?
Mm-hmm.
3 of Victor's half-ogre children were escorting this particular shipment. That, to me, says it must be something important, or he's up to no good. I'm sure you're aware of his reputation.
I'm aware of a lot of things in the city. And he just sort of takes out a book, writes down something, tears out a piece of paper, and hands it to you. And it's basically an address. And he just says, that particular gentleman is known for collecting whatever he can buy, steal. Some people he likes to call himself a collector of artifacts. Some people call him a tomb raider. But nobody's seen him in a couple of weeks, so he's probably off on one of his buying expeditions because he doesn't do the work himself.
Okay. Is there something you want me to get from there?
Oh, I don't care. I'm trading you. You gave me a piece of information. I'm giving you a piece of information. That's it.
Got it. All right. I'll tuck that in my bag. All right. I feel like this was a pretty good exchange today.
You confirmed some rumors.
I don't suppose you'd be willing to share some of the information on those rumors.
Depends on how much you're willing to pay. See, the job title includes the word broker, which implies that, I'm not broke for doing this job.
All right. Well,
your previous retainer has been used up, basically.
Yeah, and I don't remember how much I gave him. I think it was 100, wasn't it?
You spread that around, but yeah, we'll say most of it went to him, and we kind of had that conversation in chat the other day.
Yeah.
So
okay, well, I don't suppose Yeah, 10 gold would be enough to give me a crumb or two, would it?
What kind of crumb are you looking for?
Well, you
I
said
mean, I
there's
can tell you the
rumors.
latest thing that just happened in town, or you can be more specific.
Okay, what happened? I'm curious.
There was another murder over at the North Galt docks last night.
Another one.
Well, technically 2 people were killed, and I would say the reason this is, what you won't hear from the commoner on the street is that those 2 particular people, they worked for one of the crime syndicates around here, particularly the ones that run the gambling in town. And Andy is looking for that name, and now
I'm going to grab my little book so I can write a note.
Yeah. See, I go through all the trouble of making notes, and then I can never find them again. I guess I need to make them larger.
Maybe.
Okay. But these 2 gentlemen worked for the Black Mark. And
Black Mark?
Yeah, Mark, M-A-R-K. And you will already know that this is the place that they run, like the fighting pit. They handle most of the other things of that nature. If it's gambling, it's probably through them in some way.
Okay. But they were murdered at the same location or the same general area?
Yeah. What was left of them was found in the exact same space.
So this is the second set of murders in how much time again?
He thinks,
Forgot.
well, there's usually something that happens, over in the punk district, but that's sort of bar fights or street fights or, I guess you're not counting that. I'd say it's been about 3 days since there's been a grand total of 3 murders in 3 days. The Milltree girl got killed a couple days ago. And then there was
I heard about that.
And then there was the one last night.
Huh. There's no connection between them. I'll have to look into it. It's interesting. You said what's left of them?
Well, I wasn't really there, but the term pieces was used.
Ooh. Huh. Okay. Good to know. Thank you. And I will slide him 10 gold pieces and
Okay.
say, until next time.
He'll just nod and go back to his book.
And I'll go out and I'm going to first look and see look at the address he gave me of the guy who he thinks is not home right now. And can I determine from that address where that might be located?
Yeah, he's within the Upper Deld. I won't, it's not really a purpose of me, marking a specific space on the map, I guess. Because,
right. Okay.
But it's a location within the Upper Deld that you could easily find.
Okay. Alrighty. Good to know. And then the other address that he gave me, I'll pull that out, look at that, and can I tell where
that
that's
one
at?
he just gave you a family crest, but
that's right.
But we talked that one over in chat, and we said that was probably something you did with some of your down days.
Yes. So I did
you
figure out where that
already
one was
know around where that one is, and
Okay.
and you know that there's that older woman that goes there every day. So
Okay. All right. That's right. Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
All right. Well, I guess the only other thing that I want to do was I was going to try to find like a shop or maybe is it Brass Emporium where you can buy like magic items.
That's one of the bigger magic items, and it's over in Crafter Circle. There's a couple of
Circle.
There's like a smaller one. Crafter Circle is up near the Temple District.
Yep. Okay. Well, I guess I'll just head that direction.
Okay. All right. How about everybody else? Okay, we can stick with Rihanna if nobody else has got anything.
I imagine like a Trialec and Frick had probably gone off into the blacksmith by now.
Okay, that's fine. we'll go there.
So these two monsters walking
Yeah.
down the street.
I was waiting to see if make sure Matt was here.
Hello? Can
Yeah, okay, I can hear you.
you hear me?
All right.
Stupid mic.
So you walk into one of the local blacksmiths. That could be, there's a lot of blacksmiths in Crafter's Circle, but there's also one over in the North Galt. If you have a preference, we can go there.
I think we'll go to whichever one is closest for now.
Okay, that would be the one in North Galt. So yeah, you go in. There's a blacksmith who's blacksmithing. As you walk in. Oh, clang, 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 clang. And when
I'm just kind of nudging Trey, like, you're the one who wants armored chocolate.
I'm going to.
like, if you're going to keep watching, you're going to have to start paying. I don't do put on shows for free. And he turns around and looks at you two. It's you two have to pay double if you're going to watch.
No. Sorry, my friend here is looking for a piece of armor. He's a little shy. And I just did like 2 hard pats on the back to get him. No.
I take a few steps forward. Yes, I'm looking to acquire a set of full plate armor.
And he just nods. Well, it's a good thing you came to a place that works in metal then, isn't it?
All of Andy's NPCs are such smartasses.
Especially when you just stand there staring at them. I promise I have nicer people who live in this world.
Do you?
So he just said, all right, you said half plate? Where is
A
armor?
full plate.
Full plate, okay.
Yes.
All right. And he's sort of, trying to size you up from, looks like, I can fit something. It'll take give me about an hour to change the straps for someone of your dimensions, which is more of the fact that I think wolves are like a little bit bigger around the chest, a little bit more narrow in the waist. So, but
That's
yeah.
actually quite true. Yes.
So he's like, if it was somebody, someone like him, he says, pointing at Frick, he'd probably be able to just pop it right on. We're gonna have to change out some straps to make it fit you a little better. But
Absolutely.
yeah, he'll do that for the 1,500 mentioned in the book. Oh wait a minute, I'm looking at full plate. Yeah, that's what you wanted, full plate. Yeah, he'll do that.
Could I, things on his half plate? Could I add this to decrease the price?
Sorry, all I heard was things on your half plate. Could you tell me what you're doing with the half plate?
Basically, like trading.
He wants
in the
to trade
half
it.
plate.
Okay, you see, I need you to use your words and tell me what you wish.
I'm not good with words, okay? And maybe English, but I don't speak the language well.
Okay. See, that's the problem with me not be able to see. I need verbal descriptions of what you want, and I'm trying to find the half plate again. So he's sort of inspecting your half plate armor, and give me a charisma roll to see what he.
Oh dear God.
Yeah.
Can I assist him in any way for
You
as a
guys
help
should have
action?
waited for me. I could have come along and helped.
'Cause
Frick,
I don't
I'm
know
going to want you
how,
to.
But I just like.
Yeah, I'm going to say, can you give me more of a description other than saying you're giving him advantage? Because I kind of want to hear how you assist him.
Please help me, Frick. Help.
You might still have an
5
inspiration. Some of you guys still had inspirations left.
I do. I haven't used it yet. Oh.
Again, like I said, I used it for Elfin Monopoly.
Yes, but
I can't give mine.
okay. But Frick, how would you assist him in this?
I guess I would just the only thing I would just like as if I'm like expecting your armor. It's like for all the wars and everything's gone through, it's tip top shape.
Okay, I'm going to say
So kind
each
of
of you
flattering
need.
the armor.
I want a charisma roll from each of you on this one.
Oh dear. What's the inspiration?
Uh,
What's the insp-
I will say that
Wow,
if you
guys.
want to use your
Wow.
inspiration to
We're
roll
not
one more time,
charismatic people.
I will let you.
-1.
I will let you try to
Oh,
burn your
oh.
inspiration if you want to roll one more time, or you can take what he's about to
I
offer.
will roll one more time.
Okay.
Roll one more time.
Okay.
Andy, can I interrupt for just a moment?
Sure.
Can I say that since I was heading in that same general area where they went to do that, that maybe I happened to see them passing by and followed them just out of curiosity?
I mean, possibly, but we've already started this particular interaction, and I'm not going to let
Okay.
a third person intervene now. It's just we're already committed.
Dear.
One more roll, Trilak.
It's better, but
Oh,
So
geez,
he's
guys.
looking at it, and it's like, yeah, this stuff it's seen some action. I mean, it did its job, and it protected you and all. I'll give you 200 for it.
say that again. I missed it.
I'll give you 200 gold for it.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can get your full plate for 1,300 instead of 1,500.
So
Danielle?
I have,
Getting dinner and then she's on her way.
Okay.
I have 745 gold pieces.
So he's gonna.
I hand him that.
You're gonna need about another 460. Looks like. I don't work off credit.
Understood. I look to Frick.
And he looks you. I got you. Right. And I place the remaining on the counter.
Okay. So he'll take it, and he was like, "Okay," and he'll call up his apprentice, and they'll, make a few changes to it. It'll be ready for you in about an hour. You can come back, or you can wait for him.
We'll come back.
Okay. Okay. Rihanna was the other person who mentioned doing something, but Jeslyn, you've been taking a bath. Are
I
you-
have gotten out of the bath. I'm feeling better.
Okay.
I'm all nice and fresh. I get out and nobody's home.
Yep.
I'm just like,
In
what the
fact,
hell?
if you walk out the door looking for anybody, there's just a hawk that's sort of sitting on the fence, and it sort of looks at you, cocks its head, and then flies away.
Okay. Weird. I'll shut the door. Be like,
And there's a hawk sitting on the couch there. No, I'm joking.
can I look around? Did anybody leave me a note or anything anywhere?
Did you?
Frick's not one for writing.
Pete, we'll get back over to you in just a moment,
Yeah,
I
well,
promise.
Vest did leave a note if people would bother to look in his study.
Yeah, I
He
assume
did,
you
okay.
left a note.
Yes, I will. I mean,
Okay.
I'm looking everywhere. I'm trying to find
Okay,
everybody.
Viserius, what note did you leave?
I just put on there, dear friends, since no one else is willing to travel outside the city, I took it upon myself to take that Dragon Recon job.
What?
The information available, will be at where's that place that we got hired at?
The Office of
Hold on.
Mercenary Affairs.
Yeah. So they'll have the information necessary if anything happens, I will send a message. Wish me luck, and that's it. Signed, Viserius.
I look confused because I don't remember Earth saying that I wouldn't travel outside the city.
Yeah.
But
When
Okay.
you guys were looking at jobs, a few of you didn't like the idea of, because this job was on paper like a 3 to 5 day trip. Viserius, you don't know this yet, but Viserius has hired, a Griffin cab, basically, that will take him there faster. And as far as their gear, most of their gear is in their luggage, which is, in the luggage rack. So they're just kind of,
Okay.
they've got a little bits of armor and stuff on, but You're in the cab, so they don't have their giant weapons with them.
Okay. Yeah, and on the letter that I left, and not on, and right by my name is Wesley's little paw print.
Oh, cute.
Okay.
I love it.
Okay.
If I look at the door, do I see anything that might show me which direction anybody went? Do I see a trail of tufts of fur or anything?
Sorry, but this is
shedding season?
it's a busy street, and they do employ people to clean up. So even if he was shedding, I don't think there would have been a trail.
I mean, it's freaking trying like both. They might both be shedding. It's like,
I don't know what to roll for shed.
did they leave behind a smell or anything?
I mean, you don't have enhanced smell like those two do.
I'm gonna hire the bloodhounds to find this.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to ask anybody where the two giant furry guys went, maybe that'll help. But I'm saying that it is sort of a late summer, so it's probably warm. But I don't think they left. This isn't like a cartoon trail of hair you can follow.
That would be fantastic.
Employ your tracking skills if you wish.
No, so say that a Pantene Pro V commercial where like the wind is getting your hair just right.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, I'm just gonna shut the door again because I don't see anything, and I'm a little annoyed and sad and bored and lonely because everybody abandoned me, and I'll just go and straighten up the house, which is probably already straightened up by this.
Yeah.
But I'm like re-straightening stuff.
You're knocking stuff over so the servants put it back.
No, I'm picking it up.
Okay.
This is what I do. So
Okay.
I'm just re-cleaning the clean house, just waiting.
I thought you'd run to Trevor's place.
I don't know where Trevor lives. Also, you keep trying to push me and Trevor together, and there's not been anything there yet, so...
Well, I was saying you just spend an awful lot of time with him, that's all. But anyway.
Yeah, I can't believe it. It's the first time I ever had an argument with another player over my character's body hair.
It is unusual, isn't it? Oh. Okay, so I think it's safe to jump back over to Rihanna as she makes her way to the Brass Emporium.
Yes.
All right.
Excuse me.
I think I actually did, when I was particularly bored, I might have actually made that one a map. Yes. Let me bring you over so you can see it, because I've been messing with too many maps in my downtime. I've got too many, and it won't actually I'm still bringing you over. Ignore that one.
Okay.
That was the wrong map. It just dropped on it. Okay, so this is the Brass Emporium. There's an older gnomish man working over in the corner, and he says, if you need any help, just call, and I'll explain anything you don't already recognize.
Thank you, sir.
But
I will.
it's pretty much filled with various items. Some of them are weapons, some of them are just random magic pieces. Everything's got some kind of label on it.
Okay. Oh, and just for reference, before I start all this, I am wearing my hat, obviously.
Okay.
So I just kind of look like a mid-20ish age human female, not very tall, kind of, slender and sort of, she looks helpless physically. So that's her appearance.
Okay. Yeah, because this elderly gnome is a threat to you.
No,
I'm joking. But anyway, so
yes.
like I said, there's a
I'll
variety of
just
things.
yeah. Okay.
I have been working
wandering
on
around,
unique magic items, so let me know what you're looking for.
Well, I'm going to wander around a bit at first and just kind of check things out. There's actually several things I'm looking for. It just kind of depends on what's there and prices.
Okay.
I'm looking for a... It's very funny, Matt. It's some sort of enchanted weapon of some sort that I could use.
There's a variety of those.
Like I had said to you before we started, the amulet of protection, or whatever that was called again. something.
Do you remember if it was like common or uncommon?
It was uncommon, I think. Let me find it again.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Because while you're looking, I'll just tell you the Brass Emporium gets its name because he actually imports things from the city of Brass in the fire plane.
Okay.
And
Oh,
it is
cool.
it is
Yes.
like, you know, a giant flea market of a place, and he has access to it. So,
Gotcha.
but he doesn't. That's why his is the bigger of the magic shops, or the more.
Right.
He has the most variety.
Okay. It's the amulet of proof against detection and location.
Okay. And you said that was uncommon.
Yes, it says uncommon.
Okay, then yeah, he'll have something that's of uncommon value.
Okay.
And as you're perusing the weaponry, I'll just give you a list of a few things. You know, this is like how you see them listed. Let me just see. There's the Blade of Shadows. That's a short sword. He has a couple of different items. Like one's a long sword, one would be a rapier, that are just listed as blood blades, and they actually look like they are made out of, you know, red crystal. There's a large axe called the Stonebreaker's Axe, and he'll give you the details if you ask about anything.
Right.
There's one that simply says Dagger of Shadows. Next to it's a set of armor called the Rogue's Delight. And like I said, then there'd be the normal things in the book too, but those are the ones that gives. And
Okay.
then there's a whole bin that just well, not bin, but it's like a shelf over in the far corner that says apprentice made discount.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, Dagger of Shadows, that sounds interesting. I guess I'll ask him about it. Say, this looks like a very interesting dagger here, good sir. Could you tell me something about it?
Okay, he'll come over and he'll take out a pair of spectacles from his and kind of looks at it for a moment. Let's see. Yes. This is a rarer blade. It has an increased sharpness. Basically a +2. And it does an additional bit of a 1d4 piercing damage. While you are carrying this, if you are properly connected or attuned, whatever phrasing you like, you can actually use Misty Step once per day, and if you let's say you wish to stab someone with this blade, which is probably the purposes of a blade, I suppose, that I think about it, it would automatically be considered a sneak attack.
Oh, interesting. Wow, that's quite impressive.
Oh yeah, so I do try to keep the top quality. Just don't look at the apprentice made if you're looking for top quality. If you're looking for a discount, then I don't think any of it is lethal, but
Well, this is absolutely wonderful stuff. I'm very impressed with your assortment of things that you carry here.
Oh well, thank you. I do. I get it all from the city of Brass. And if you're able to get there, it's a wonderful place if you like to shop. I guess if you're a big burly Goliath who doesn't like shopping, it's a terrible place to be. But for me, it's quite lovely.
I'm
A little
sure,
warm.
I'm sure. A little warm. Oh, yeah, that's what I've heard. Don't think I have any desire to really go there ever, but out of curiosity, how much would this particular dagger run?
He sort of thinks about it for a moment, and where's my other die? And he kind of looks at it, and he's like, "Oh, I could let this one go for about 900 gold."
Okay. Alright. Well, I'll have to think about that
No, of
for
course,
a
of
little
course.
bit.
Like I said, if price is an object, apprentice maid.
Yes.
It
Well,
shouldn't
it's
backfire
just-
on you.
Sure. So she'll just she'll just kind of look around nervously to see if there's anybody else in the shop with her, and if we're the only two in there.
You're the only two in there.
Okay. This is sort of embarrassing. What I
I'm
really
600 years old. I don't think there's much I'm not aware of in this world. You can't embarrass me at this point.
I didn't realize that you look incredibly good for your age.
That's only going to get you a 5 gold discount. I've seen myself in a mirror. I know you're lying. I'm
Seriously.
gorgeous, but I don't look good for my age. I was gorgeous when I was younger.
Oh, I'll bet you were. I'll bet you were quite the looker. Well, I mean, yes, I would love to have this wonderful dagger as a means to protect myself. But I think something that might be a little more useful right now is, do you have any sort of like amulets or jewelry that would help protect me from somebody who may be trying to find me through scrying magic or divination?
You have an ex-lover, or maybe not even an ex. Just oh yes, there's. I'm sure that. What'd you say that was? Uncommon.
Yes, uncommon.
Okay, so he digs around and he finds the amulet of proof against detection. He's like, this will keep divination magic from being able to locate you. It's very, very useful, and he's sort of looking you at in your particular disguise.
I'm just kind of nervously fidgeting with my fingers and stuff, and kind of like, tucking her hair behind her ear, just kind of like.
And he kind of peers very, very closely. But I don't think you need as much protection as what you're saying you do. But I'll still let you have this for, say, 100 gold.
Well, that would be fantastic. I'd gladly
And maybe
pay
next
that.
time you won't feel like you need to hide who you are in my shop.
I just kind of look around. I lean over to him like, how do you know?
Because I'm smart enough to see through illusions, child.
Well, that's embarrassing. And you said there's nobody else here, correct?
You don't see anybody.
Okay. I'm like, I'll pull my hat off. Yeah. People tend to not like my kind, so.
Well, people are idiots.
I
It
agree.
doesn't matter how long you've been alive. They're still idiots.
That is true. That is true. But yeah, no, that would be handy. I do have some people I'm trying to stay away from. So
Don't we all? Don't we all? For me, it's an
Yes.
ex-wife. She found out about the other wife. That's why they're exes.
you are quite the devil, aren't you? Or you like hanging out in the Brass City?
Just don't look too closely at me.
Oh, you are a sweet man. I will give him the 100 gold for the amulet.
Okay.
And then I will, since he pretty much can tell what I look like, I'll say, this armor over here that you have looks interesting. What can you tell me about it?
Which one were you referring to? The Rose Delight?
Yeah, that was the only armor you listed.
Okay, that's what I thought. There's a couple of other
Yeah.
ones.
Oh, okay.
So, like, there's one that says Armor of Darkness, Studded Armor of Shadows. So he goes over the Rogue's Delight, and he puts on his glasses again, and he kind of looks at it. Let's see, it provides a little bit of extra armor damage resistance, a +1 bonus to AC.
Okay.
And it has charges to it. The wearer can spend a charge as a bonus action to teleport up to 10 feet from their current location, but only if they are appearing directly behind another person. So you can't use it to just pop anywhere willy-nilly. You have to be, behind a person. It does not give any sort of opportunity of attack while you're moving,
Okay.
and it recharges itself at dawn.
So it's once per day.
3 charges, so 3 times a day.
Okay. 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 Well, that's very interesting. And which would this beauty run me?
Let's figure that out right now.
You know, I know you say you don't think you're that attractive, but you know, you don't look a day over 300 for a gnome.
Well, be that as it may, I appreciate you adding for a gnome. The armor still goes for about 400 gold.
Oh. Okay. So just out of character real quick. So that's a +1. What's the base stat on that then?
It's
Is it a leather?
yeah, it's like light leather, but it is a light leather. It's like studded leather. I forget to add that little detail to my notes.
That's what I was. Yeah, no, that's fine because I was wondering. Because I was like, I know that makes a difference for the base AC. So.
Yeah, but yeah, this would be like whatever the high end hide armor is, light armor. That's what this counts as. So
okay, so studded.
Yeah.
Okay, so studded. Okay, well, and you said how much for that one?
400 gold.
400 gold. That's actually not bad. Okay. Trying to decide if I want to do that or not. So, out of curiosity, these, that Dagger of Shadows is pretty cool. What's this beautiful rapier here that's all red and crystalline? That's a beautiful blade.
Okay. Yeah, you're lucky I misread my
Blade?
numbers. That probably should have been like 1,400 gold or something.
Oh.
But I read. But hey, I'm rolling D10, so it could have just easily been 4. Okay, you're talking about the blood blade.
Yeah.
You
said there were various different ones available?
Yeah, there's a couple of them. This one, when you bring your target down to 0 HP, you will gain 2d6 temporary hit points.
Ooh. Okay.
And like I said, it comes in a long sword and a rapier variations.
Okay. You said 2d6 temp hit points. Okay. I pick up the rapier and just kind of, check it, kind of balance, see how it moves and stuff.
Oh, it's lightweight, flows very nicely.
Wow, this is very nice. How much do you want for this one?
It'll be like, that is, oh wait, I'm supposed to be adding, rare items supposed to be going for, times 1,000. No, I did mess that other one up, but I said it. This one is, 6,000 gold.
Okay, well, that's a little out of my price range right now.
Oh, wait a minute. Scratch that. This one didn't have like a plus. It was just what you get when you kill somebody. So that means
Right.
I'm adding the wrong number to it. That one is 200 gold. Sorry. I'm still getting used to how I do things.
It's fine. It's fine. Okay.
All right. So yeah, that one's only 200 gold.
Okay. I'm trying to remember if I can use a short sword or not. I think I can. Isn't that considered a...
I don't know about rogues, but a lot can.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can use short swords.
They
They can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got some
Okay.
short swords around here. A rapier, I think, is within what you can use.
Yeah.
Well,
There-
you said the Blade of Shadows was a short sword.
There was a dagger of shadows.
Well, you'd also said Blade of Shadows was
Okay,
the first one
yeah.
you said it was a short sword. Or was that,
okay.
or was that it came
No,
in
no,
a
you're-
short sword and a dagger?
You're right. There was a blade of shadows.
Yes.
Right next to it is one that is labeled the oily sword is also a short sword.
Okay, this Blade of Shadows, this short sword here, What can you tell me about this one?
Okay. Let me see. Get back into characters. I looked this
Sorry,
up.
guys, wasn't planning
Hey,
on doing a
Danny.
lot of shopping.
Let's see. It's a short sword. It's very nice looking. It's a +2 to damage. It is a magical weapon, of course. And if you score a critical hit on a creature with less than 50 hit points, it must succeed a DC 15 con or be slain instantly, as the sword tears the life from its body and the creature's eyes become trails of black smoke. And you can also summon and dismiss the weapon with a bonus action. So it can go into its own little pocket dimension. Although I do have some things that can do that anyway. This one's sort of built in.
How much is that one?
Let me see.
At this point, I'm kind of drooling on it because I'm
let's be honest. That one's probably outside your price range.
I know, of course it is.
That's going to be 6,000 gold minimum.
Okay. Well, someday.
Take off your
when I'm
top.
rich, I don't think a 600-year-old gnome's going to be impressed by tiefling boobs.
Negotiation skills. Let's go.
I'm trying. 6,000, huh? Well, let me ask you this. Is there any way that I could do some sort of work for you to build up credit for some of your items?
Well, if you want to sleep out front something, I could pay you 5 silver a day.
Okay. What if I were to bring in items for trade?
Oh, of course. We're happy to trade here.
Okay.
Anything that I don't think I can sell here, I can always bring over to the City of Brass and try to exchange there.
Okay. Are there any particular types of items that you would be interested in?
Really?
I mean,
the more
Sorry.
exotic
Excuse me.
it is, the more likely I am to offer you something. But we like a little bit of everything. I say we. I don't know why I'm saying we. I like just a little bit of everything.
okay.
So it doesn't have to be weapons, I mean, weapons are of course sort of a necessary evil to the world, but not a requirement.
What about artifacts?
Artifacts, of course. I mean, although I suspect if you already had artifacts, you wouldn't be thinking 6,000 gold was a larger amount of money. But sure, artifacts are fantastic. Artifacts are actually why I started up this shop. I had a few myself, and
Okay. Well, I'm just, I'm an adventurer type, so I just thought if I ever came across stuff like that, I would know who would appreciate it most.
oh, absolutely.
Since you've been such a delightful and sweet man to me,
Oh
I
well.
would surely consider bringing them to you first.
Oh well, I do appreciate that.
Okay. Well, I think for right now, I'm gonna go with the amulet for right now.
Okay.
I think I might be interested in that armor. I may come back. I may come back for that.
I can't promise it'll still be here now. I don't put things on
course.
hold. If another, but
Not
if
even
it's
for somebody
gone,
who's-
if it's gone,
even
there's
for somebody-
probably something else here. We try to have something for all the different walks
course.
of life.
Oh, well, I very much appreciate that. But thank you so very, very much.
And you are welcome.
I'm sorry, sir. What is your name?
Oh, well, no one ever remembers my name. That's why the DM forgot to give me one. I have a list of names. Hold on. I never know when you people are going to ask that question. Someone give me a gnome name right quick.
Oh my God, I don't know.
Gerald.
What?
Gerald.
Gerald Bigglebot.
I was going to say just Gerald, but I don't know last names right quick, so we're gonna go with just Gerald.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Gerald. It was a
You
pleasure
are
to talk.
welcome.
You have very lovely stuff here.
I thank you.
All
And
right,
I
well,
hope that amulet keeps your admirers at bay. Wink, wink.
Thank you. Now, that's just to keep you from being able to track me down. And I wink back at him.
You don't know what I put on it now, do you? Ha
I think I like you, Gerald.
I'm a likable sort of guy.
All right, and with that, I will turn around and I will exit the place. I was looking around now while we were talking because when he said he could see through, I was like, could he actually?
Yeah,
Spells?
illusion spells if they can beat the DC on it, and I think for that hat it's only a 13 investigation check. So they
I
kind of
have no
have to
idea.
know to look through, and your comments were just enough to make him look through it, and he rolled a
Okay.
15.
Okay.
So
That's
it's
fine.
it's not something that everybody does, but it's something that they
Right.
can try.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say because he's
Yeah.
been around a long time. He knows.
Mhm.
All right.
Not too
well,
many
that's great.
helpless
So-
girls start looking at high-end magical items.
Oh, I just was kind of just browsing, but yeah.
But yeah, like I said,
yes.
if somebody can beat the investigation, they can see through your disguise.
Okay. Now I know that it requires attunement, so I'm going to put it on. Is it something where you have to sit with it for a while, or is it just
You can
put it
go on about your day. I'm going to say weapons you do need to practice with, but this is just
Okay.
something you wear. So
Okay. So this is something I'll slip over my head and just kind of tuck it down inside my shirt.
okay, yeah. I think it takes maybe an hour or so. I'm not going to make you sit somewhere and focus on it because that takes
Okay.
away from the game.
Yay. Okay. So that is one of the things I wanted to do. If anybody else wants to do something, do it now, and I will wait to take a turn again.
Viserys is going to turn to Dagger and ask him, are you two gentlemen, were you hired by someone, or is this just a personal agenda?
Oh, I have been seeking glorious death for as long as I can remember. I've known you for about 2 years now. Yes, for over 2 years I have been seeking glorious death. It's like,
Well, you're obviously pretty good at avoiding it.
I know, it has been quite vexing. But someday I will die and people will tell stories of it. No one's going to know if you die because you go out to the middle of nowhere. The people will know of my glorious death and they will sing songs about it. Torv's just staring at him. We're more freelance adventurers.
Ah,
He's
Okay.
just insane.
that's obvious.
He's just kind of like... He doesn't seem to care.
So how close are we to this? What was the name of that town?
Rookhelm.
Rookhelm.
I see. What did I say? It was like a 12-hour flight, and we're going to say you've got a good 6 hours, and Rihanna just dropped off of my cam. So, are we losing people? I know Carrie just fell off, but are we missing anybody else in chat? I guess not.
I had to
Well,
re-
I just
reload.
typed it on Discord. My computer's being stupid, and it kept telling me I had unresponsive pages, and I couldn't do anything.
Okay.
So I'm reloading Roll20. So I'll be right back.
Okay.
I only have Andy's camera right now.
I've got Frick.
Don't.
Anyway, so you've still got. Just because I don't want you having to sit there the whole day, we're going to sort of start getting finicky with the timeline. The players are on one, you're on another. I'll figure out how to relieve my insanity later. So, we're going to say, because you've been sitting here for over an hour, that you will arrive at Rookhelm. It's a smaller and pretty cold city. And I'm just going to be bringing the player map over somewhere else because I don't have Rookhelm on there. Let me kind of drop off at the pit while I drop off back into the city. So Rookhelm is just a small...
I'm back.
it used to be more of a military type of camp that grew into a city until people realized that you don't. It's next to a mountain, the Rookhelm mountain range, and they've sort of realized they're probably not going to get invaded over a mountain that has a vast frozen plain between them and the next closest civilization. So it sort of fell off on the military side, and some people still live there.
Okay. Well, I'll look for the nearest tavern.
Okay, that's not a problem. You're able to go in, and there's one gentleman behind the bar, and then there's a large, gruff man who got a couple of empty glasses already in front of him, and you can't tell if he's actually awake or if he's just leaning on his arm.
Okay, well, I'll walk up to the barkeep.
And it's like, yes, sir, what can I do for you?
Yes, a pint or a glass of your finest wine, please.
And he kind of looks at you and is like, okay, and he will give you what is known as frostberry wine. And if you take a drink, you'll realize that the reason he gave you a weird look is because frostberry wine is more of an acquired taste, and that it has very little taste. It's almost see-through, in fact. But you know it's not water, because water, it's just clearly not water. But
Okay,
it's not the greatest.
And I'll ask him. I've heard rumors tell of possibly a dragon nearby.
And that gets the guy over to the side. Dragon, I chased her out of town myself. Buy me a drink and I'll tell you all about it. And bartender's sort of rolling his eyes. Not this again.
Yes, well, I'll grab my drink and tell the bartender, please bring his drinks over to his table.
Okay.
And I'll walk over there. May I have a seat?
As long as you're buying the drinks, you can do whatever you want. Now, you want to hear about how I ran the dragon out of town. Bartender's like,
I do indeed.
She wasn't a dragon. She was to a dragon. I saw the scales. So, and he takes a drink. All right, well, you see, this is basically how it all went down. This thing walks into the bar one night, and she's been in here a few times before, and, you know, she keeps looking like she's human. But she's not human, because I was just trying to make some pleasant conversation, and she was being rude, and I was thinking I had the wrong screen on my page. Anyway, she was being rude, and when she tried to walk away, and I just casually put my hand on her shoulder trying to talk to her, and her cloak fell away, and I saw the scales on her neck. Well, I knew she was a monster, and I ran her out of town. I did.
Well, did you happen to see which direction she headed in?
Well, no, I didn't. Why? Once she left town, who cares?
Well, is there any hearsay of any caves up in the mountain?
Well, it's a mountain. Are you guys getting a lot of static from me?
A little
Yes.
Okay, just give me a second. I'm going to try not running through the voice program. So give me just a second to make some changes. In fact, let me. This might be a good chance for me to take 5 because I need to use the restroom anyway. So we're gonna take 5, and I'm gonna see if I can fix all this. And I guess I'll need to stop the recording and bring up the stream again in a moment. Okay, so it looks like we are back. I don't know what was up with the sound. I can't hear myself, so I can't really test it out. It looks like we are back. And then Twitch decided to start talking to me again. Okay, so we were still with you, and you were at this small tavern talking to an unnamed gentleman about how he heroically saved all of Rookhelm from the dragon invasion, as he was putting it.
Yeah, I had just asked him if he noticed which direction she had headed in.
Oh, well, she got out of town. That's all that matters. Now, you know, where's my drink? And he notices that the drink is actually right in front of him. Starts drinking.
Would you be capable of escorting me to one of these caves in the mountain?
Kind of
I
say,
could pay you.
how
in
much?
beer.
How much?
Would a barrel of beer be sufficient?
And he's thinking for a minute, and bartender sort of leans in. Sir, can you afford to buy a barrel of beer? Because when he comes back, I don't want him wrecking my place. And the guy's like,
Well,
yeah,
I'm
I'd
looking-
rather have the gold. I can buy my own beer if you give me the gold. For 50 gold, I'll show you the mountains.
50's a little steep.
The mountains are
would you
steep.
Obviously, yes. Very astute remark.
Did you just call me
about-
stupid? I'll show
astute,
you
sir.
who's stupid.
Astute.
Astute.
I'll give you half now and half when we make it back, and I'll put 25 gold on the table.
And he'll snatch it up and put it in his pocket. All right, follow me. And he gets his cloak on, and he goes out, and then he points. There's the mountains. Give me my money. You can't see my hand.
No.
Give me my money.
That was not the deal, sir.
I said I'd show you the mountains. They're the mountains.
My wording was escorting me to the caves.
Now, there's lots of caves. I can show you some. I can't show you all of them because there's lots of caves. It's a mountain. There are caves in them. And he'll take off if you're following him.
Yeah, I'm following him.
Okay. All right. So that's going to be a fun little trek for you. I hope you grab some winter clothing on your way. So let's. Does anybody else have anything they want to do?
Yeah. Does anybody else have anything?
I don't even know what Trevor's been doing, so.
Well, you had some things you had told me in chat you were going to look into. If you want to go over to that, or we can stick with this lovely gentleman for a little while.
Well, I was going to say, the only things that I wanted to do require a certain time of day or evening, so...
Okay.
I'm just waiting for everybody to get home.
I'm gonna eat,
Yeah.
so.
Okay, we'll let Danny eat. If everybody else wants to
situation-
get home, like I said, or
Or
we
situation with Trilex armor and such that were
yeah,
kinda
that
waiting on.
only took like an hour, so
Yeah.
we can easily say it's been a couple, so everybody can be getting back to Goldleaf Manor. That was going to go to Goldleaf Manor.
And I just imagine just seeing I try like and then like his new armor and it's like freaking just going from like halfway to full. And it's like brand new and sparkly. So
Yeah.
let's
In
go
fact,
on. Try it.
had you been willing to add on an extra 100 gold, it could always be gleaming and sparkly.
Yeah, that frick already spent all his fight.
Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, that would have been a common enchantment. That would have been a lot cheaper. That would have been 60 gold to get it constantly, because they have simple enchantments that they can add on. It can smoke, it can gleam and shine.
Yeah,
So if you were willing to
Already
add an
spent all-
extra 60 gold, it could always be sparkling and pristine.
that will have to be on Trilex because Frick spent all his fight money to help out his fellow
Okay.
friend.
All right.
What a nice guy.
So I take it that you two are coming through the door of Goldleaf Manor?
Alright,
Yeah.
Okay.
Roll 20 shut down for me again.
have fun.
Damn it, you hell.
I
Oh,
tried.
that was me. I dropped half my quesadilla on the floor.
I thought you were muting while you ate.
I'm Shut up.
It's so funny. Just we hear the I and we hear the.
So, Jeslyn, your
Yes, sir.
your furry shedding friends have just come back home.
I do not block the door this time. I learned from last time. Hello.
Hello.
Where did you go?
We help try to get some armor. Another help.
Oh. That's very nice. Looks nice, Trilak.
Thank you, Miss Jesslyn.
Mm-hmm.
Automate back up. Yay. So, what have you been doing today?
Cleaning.
Really?
You know, we got the servant things to do, right?
I know, but I was bored.
Tell you what. I'm gonna go ahead back in the basement and start working my brewery. You're welcome to join me if you wish.
Okay, I'm coming.
All right, let's get working
at me,
right
like-
to business.
I was wondering when you were going to bring those out.
Yes.
Yes, she's like she's on it. That's great.
I can't say a bloody thing when these things are on, and anything beyond like 1 inch.
Oh.
I love it.
My drink almost went flying all over the computer. Because I just took a drink when I looked up and saw you putting those on.
Yeah, I'm totally in. Like anything Frick wants to teach me, I'm in.
Okay.
I'll bring the kittens down. Try not to flood the basement.
When did that ever happen other than that one time? Like I said, I can't say 1 inch from these when these are on.
What are they for?
Precise measurements.
Of alcohol?
Pretty much, yeah.
So you're going to stare closer at the alcohol in hopes that it does something.
Oh my god.
Listen, it's a lot more complication than that. I just could not said it better myself.
It makes sense to me.
Frick, that's the wall.
Sorry. Much better.
Oh god.
All right, and we head down to the basement.
Yep.
Okay. So we'll just flip back over to Viserius for just a little bit while you are explaining the finer points of brewing. But I do want some of that conversation, so be ready to ask questions, Jesslyn. All right, but Viserius, you're walking with your new friend, who is leading you up the closest thing these things have. There's an actual decent trail that heads out, and he's like, "Come on, keep up. If you die,
I shall.
I get to take everything. That's all right. That fair? That's fair."
If I die, yes, indeed. And I'll
Who is
send
he talking to?
I'll send Wesley in front of me,
Okay.
100 feet,
The party he traded us for.
to scout.
Yep.
And I'm going to ask him on the way, what is your name, good sir?
My name is Frank. I am Frank, the
Frank.
Protector of Rookhelm.
Frank. I'm just going to write down Frank.
Yeah, that's what I would do. No one else is calling him that. Okay. Well, Frank the Tank is his other nickname. The one people actually know him as. But he prefers the Protector of Rookhelm.
So how long ago was it that you saw this dragon?
Oh, it must have been a little over a week ago.
A week?
That's why I'm glad you showed up. I've told everybody else in town the story. They don't buy me beer no more.
Well, that story is worth a beer or two.
Yes, it is. It's worth much more than that. People don't have proper respect for those of us who risk our lives to keep them safe from conniving dragons.
Yes, you should be properly compensed.
Yes, I should. I don't know what that word means, but it sounded good. And it's rough terrain, so you're slow going. It gets colder as you get up. It's not snowing where you're at, but you can tell that at the top it's going to be iced over. Give me what's your perception, Viserius? Your
My passive?
Yeah.
13.
Okay. So you make out in the distance there is the best it's sort of the remnants of a burnt down shack off to the side somewhere. But Frank doesn't seem to care, and he's going to keep going in a different direction.
I'll ask him, well, what happened to that shack?
What shack? How long has that been there? I don't know anything about that shack. That shack's not a cave. I only care about the caves. And that's because you're paying me to care about caves. You want to pay me to care about that? Or you want to go look at it yourself? I'll wait.
Oh, I'll go look at it myself then.
Okay. So you go over there, and it was a small home. It is completely burnt to the well, not completely. There's little bits of wall type of thing. Give me an investigation check. Let's see if you want to rummage around in it.
Yes, I do. I was about to say I'm gonna.
Okay. Go ahead and give me. Oh, man, you guys are just not rolling fantastically today, are you? So
No.
you start.
Could I have Wesley helping me?
You have to see through his. How does
okay.
that work? He can sniff things out, I suppose? Can he?
Yeah.
Okay, give me an investigation check on his behalf. If he's
Okay.
because I don't know exactly how he's doing things. So, do you want to use an inspiration point to make this better?
Yeah, I will.
You guys
I'll do
forget
it,
about him.
Yeah, I'll use it for my
Okay,
investigation
okay.
again.
Oh. Okay.
That's better.
All right. So there's a lot of rubble. It looks like somebody had maybe a small alchemy set on one side. There's the remains of a bookshelf, but when you try to flip through it, most of the pages are pretty well burnt. But it looks like somebody who was a beginner studying magic. You see the remains of a small person, and when I say remains, I mean like it's sort of a charred skeleton, and there is a wand in one hand. The wand seems to be a little. It looks like it's taken some fire, but magic weapons are particularly strong, and
Okay.
so
Well, I'll take the wand out of his hand,
okay.
and I'll.
Actually,
I'll
I'm going to say
ask
that was a
Gilman.
pretty good investigation. So I'll say you can tell based on the structure and the cat butt that just walked by. You can tell that this was probably a half-elven woman. And it could have been a
Okay.
human woman. The skeletons are pretty similar, but you can tell it was a female.
Okay. I'll ask Frank to come over.
Okay. He'll do it kind of slow. I've been thinking about going by a different name. How does Wolf Lobo sound to you?
That sounds good to me.
All right, I think it's gonna take. You think it'll take long to catch on? It sounds more impressive.
Not at all.
Yeah,
It does.
that's how he's been using his time while you were digging
I'm gonna
around.
But ask, if I pay you an extra 10 gold, would you please help me bury the remains of this body in here?
He kind of looks around. You do know this is a mountain, right?
Oh, we could build a cairn for it. How's that?
You want
And
to
I'll
pay me
start-
10 gold to haul this thing back down to the city?
No, we'll just build a cairn for her here, and I'll start putting rocks around the skeleton.
Okay. Yeah, for 10 gold, he'll help you with that.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm reading, the peanut gallery comments off to the side. So yeah, it won't take you long to do that. He doesn't seem like he particularly wanted to go near the body or anything, but he'll give in. 10 gold's 10 gold.
Yes, we can't just leave her laying here. We need to put her to rest.
Why, is she gonna haunt the place?
She might.
That gets them working a little harder. I'm not even going to really bother with the roll. That makes them work harder. So yeah, it'll take you maybe half an hour or so to do it to what you call proper standards. And he's muttering the whole time, but he's doing it.
You're doing good, Wolf. You're doing good. I'm gonna encourage him.
Yeah. And so yeah, you're able to do that, and you can get back up the mountains if you want.
Okay. I'll tell him. Would you mind waiting just a few minutes?
It's your money.
I'm gonna cast the ritual identify, so I can identify what the wand does.
Okay. This is an imperfect wand of fireball. It only has 2 charges left, and it won't refill itself. So,
Okay. Okay, I'm good to go.
Okay.
We
right.
may proceed.
Okay. So you guys, you start walking up a little further, and yeah, Wolf knows the. I can't believe I'm already calling him Wolf. Wolf Lobo knows the pathways pretty well, and he'll bring you to a few of the caves around. They're mostly smaller ones. They might have something that was occasionally that nests there, but nothing that is causing you problems when you go there to look for them. If there's a large predator like a bear there, it's out hunting already.
Okay. Could I make like an intelligence check to know what, like, because I'm sure Viserys has read about dragons in all his readings.
Sure, I'll let you make an intelligence check. What are you trying to know exactly?
I'm trying to figure out if a dragon would actually base their lair this low, or if they'd make them higher up in the mountain.
Okay, give me a roll for that.
Just a straight up intelligence, right?
Sure. I'm going to say with that roll, that if there was a dragon that was, because you guys haven't been walking a full hour yet, if there was a dragon this close, there wouldn't be a town left.
Okay.
So you're pretty sure you're going to have to go up a few hours, worth of hiking, with the pleasant company of Wolf Lobo, protector of Rookhelm. His title's going to get longer every time.
I said, I don't believe a dragon would make their lair this slow. Are there any caves up higher in the mountain?
Well, probably. You just told me to show you caves. You didn't say nothing about having to fight another dragon. I already beat one, and I did that with my sparkling wit and my charisma. You didn't pay me enough to fight a dragon.
Well, no, you might not even have to fight. With a name like Lobo, you might intimidate the dragon.
Give me a charisma roll with advantage.
Okay. Would that just be straight up charisma?
Straight up charisma. He's going to glare at you. I'll show you some caves for 25 gold. I ain't fighting no damn dragon.
25 gold. I'll hand him over the other 25 gold. I said, well, thank you, sir. I appreciate the escort.
Yep, and he turns and walks away.
And I will proceed up the mountain on my own.
Okay. We're going to see if Danny has finished her snacking and is ready to do something while you...
Okay, yeah, this will be a good break for somebody else to do something.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Okay. If Danny is not available, we will go over to the brewing lessons.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Okay, so...
I'm just fighting with Roll20 being a piece of shit.
Okay. So yeah, you had some work that Trevor was interested in, I believe.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't really know like how you
Well,
wanted to go about that.
you were looking into Christina Miltree, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to say probably the best thing for you to do. You can either go and talk to the guard who had found her body. I will say that this is something that got brought up earlier, but you would also have heard that there was a couple more bodies found by the docks last night. And it sounds pretty similar if you want to stop by and talk to anybody about that one. But if you wanted, you could find Spencer Wells, who was the guardman who had found the first body.
Right. Okay. I will go see if I can find Spencer.
Okay. Well, you know that he has been on light duty for the past couple of weeks, and he typically has been put on working customs down by the docks. And
Right.
you kind of know where one of the more popular bars is in that area. But if you just want to go down and see if he's working the docks that day, you can do that, or you can check the bars first.
If I remember right, he was hurt, wasn't he? That was why he's on late duty.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
something hurt his arm pretty bad, and he didn't want to take medical leave, so they talked him into taking light duty.
Okay. I'll go see if I can. I'll just see if he's working. But if he looks busy, I don't want to bother him because I'm not technically on the clock.
Well, I'm going to bring it over to the dock scene. Other people are on the map, but I've got you up closer. So you're all technically there. But yeah, this is the scene at the docks. He is more or less on crowd control because there's a couple of people who are looking at the bodies that are up there. And so he doesn't shoo you away once he recognizes you. He's like, Trevor, I heard they were making you take some time off.
More or less, yeah. What's this issue?
2 more bodies, pretty messed up.
That makes it what, 5 now?
No, this is over here on these docks. It's only 3.
That was Danny doing the math wrong, but that's
yeah,
fine.
yeah. Because he's like, the first one was Christina, and from what I was told, and he starts to go a little pale just remembering her. It's like, from what I was told, this is pretty close.
Mind if I take a look?
Sure, go ahead. And he'll let you pass the line. And you got a couple of guards up and there's another gentleman who's wearing like a long black, not really a robe, so it's more of a black coat because it doesn't have a hood, so we're going to call it a coat. And apparently he's got enough credential to be up here inspecting the bodies along with the guardsmen Travis and Liam.
Okay. I see what you did there. That's funny.
Yeah, thank you. That's all planned out. Totally
do I
original.
know the guy in the coat?
No, he is unfamiliar to you. He's a tall, pale, skinny man, a human. Looks to be a little bit older, maybe in his 50s.
Okay.
And Travis will see you, and he'll kind of give you a nod, letting you know you can come on up. So, what exactly are you doing here? You decided to take up freelance work now?
Not freelance, more personal interest.
He kind of looks. You mean you knew these two?
I knew the first one briefly.
Ah, yes. Oh, and that reminds me, on the map, I have one body that's X'd out. My map's not Roll20 just sort of froze on me. That X, that's where Christina was found, right in front of her place of business. And until I can get my map working, I'm going to try to reset Roll20. Anyway, and then he just sort of nods. Yeah, it does sort of sound like this might be something similar. But yeah, Spencer would probably be the best one to ask about Christina. All the report came from him. And Roll20 just wants to be a jerk.
Did you just make that map like super tiny?
I don't know if I did, because Roll20 is getting weird. I'm not even logged in right yet, so.
Oh, okay. Anyway, I don't know.
I didn't think it changed perspective when I moved mine. Okay, now I can see the full map again.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, that is where Christina was found, and they haven't actually moved these bodies yet because they've been sort of going over them for physical evidence, and then this guy is actually trying to examine the bodies too.
Okay. Can I take a look at them, hopefully without getting in this guy's way, because I'm assuming he's some sort of speaker or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to ask Travis, he'll be like, yeah, he's not with us. He's one of those. He's got a investigator's badge, so he's allowed to take up the case through the OMA, I guess. If you want to take a look, sure, go ahead.
Okay, I just want to crouch by one and see if their injuries match the report, the ones that Christina had.
Yeah, you remember Christina? It was let's see, more or less, yeah, more or less a crushed throat, and her heart was removed viciously. These guys, they are. Give me an investigation roll, and we'll see, exactly how much you can tell from looking at them.
I'm not good at those.
Yeah, you really aren't. I've been letting everybody else. I've been reminding everybody else, if you want to burn your inspiration, if you had one. I think most of you guys
don't
have
one.
Okay, well, my
wisdom is not good.
I thought investigation was intelligence.
That's all I got going for me.
Okay. Well, what and this, I'm factoring in your personal, your experience at using large weapons, that these guys were torn apart by long blades, basically. So you can't really tell if it was the same style from reports, but it was vicious, and it was multiple blades. That's the most you can really be sure of.
Do I know who these people are, or does anybody around know, or are they just average Joe?
Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and say that, being a guard, you're gonna know quite a bit. So let me bring up their information. You recognize these two because they were enforcers for the Black Mark. The Black Mark is sort of the thieves guild that handles most of the gambling. They run the fight pits, and they run a lot of other gambling of that sort. These guys were enforcers for them.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm. And
so, kind of a difference between them and the noble.
Yeah, these guys. This isn't their side of town.
Right.
You can draw your own conclusions as to that, but this isn't where they wouldn't be. These two guys would not just be strolling along the dock at the evening.
Right.
And Travis will, tell you that they were found with. And he'll shows you vials of Tinkali powder, and that's a poison that paralyzes a person for a little while. They just said they had a couple of these in their pockets.
Maybe this was used on them and they were dragged here, though it's kind of weird that they were left in their pockets if that's the case.
Yeah, more than likely they were out here on the job, and this was intended for someone else. And at this point, the older gentleman will turn around, like, yes, that sounds like the sort of work these gentlemen would have been into from your descriptions. But I think that you are missing an important piece, that is, where is their victim?
Maybe it wasn't so much as a victim. Turn it around, maybe?
To do this, I suspect that he would not have come this far with them. You say that they belong in the punk district, as you so colorfully phrased that side of the town.
Trevor's just going to kind of think for a moment.
Okay. He's very patient. He just sits there, stares at you, almost unblinking eyes while you think.
I mean, is this like something I can roll on for Trevor? Because literally I can't. Danny can't think.
Well, I mean...
Danny's exhausted.
Okay, well, what would you want to roll on?
Like, I don't know if you would want it to be like an intelligence check or something, but like...
No, I mean, what's your question? That's what I don't know. Okay. He's implying that there should have been another person here, but there isn't. And that person, if they could slice up two heavy enforcers, then why did they come this far with them in the first place? I mean, this is where business takes place. You know, if you see all those buildings, this is a business district, not where you don't drag out two people to slice them up like this. I mean, they must have thought it was a good place to dump a body, but
well, would it be like unheard of?
It's pretty rare.
For them to track somebody here, like if they couldn't get them like down in the other district,
would
they?
Yeah, if these two were sent after somebody and that person lived around here, then yeah, that would probably have been totally normal.
Okay. So could they have done their job and then been attacked afterwards, maybe? Maybe some sort of vigilante or something?
Now that is a possibility, but I personally didn't want to dive into the waters to see, and he kind of motions at the bodies, are in no condition to speak as they are.
I still wouldn't cross out linking them together, because similar location, different types, so to speak. It's interesting. Creepy, but interesting.
And Liam's like, yeah, this guy's real creepy. I don't know about interesting, but okay. And he's trying to say that one under his breath. I mean, the guy looks like he belongs in a morgue. Whether he's the mortician or a resident is debatable.
I don't recognize him at all, do we? He's just...
No, he's...
No, okay.
You've never run into him before. You do know, well, like I said, if they said he has an investigator's badge, that means that, Yeah, it's basically where the OMA office, they don't hand out, like when there's a job that has a reward, like, the investigation of a murder, they don't hand that out to just anybody because they don't want, know-nothing civilians getting themselves killed. He's done
Right.
something to prove himself to them.
Okay.
And he just
Alright,
sort of
I'm
goes
gonna-
back to his inspection.
Okay, I'm gonna take this knowledge and go think on it.
Okay. So, Frick, Jeslyn, what are you guys up to?
Learning.
There's much learning to be had.
Yes. Show me the ways.
Well, it's very simple. First, the first ingredient in terms of this kind of thing, you're gonna need water. So that's why that barrel is over there.
Okay.
So the next step, we have to need some malted barley, which is in this bag over there, and you also need to be let me step back. So the malted barley is there to help to be converted into what we know is alcohol, or as somebody would call it, the brewer's yeast, for the ways of, as my formation, whatever that means, and also the flavoring as such. So what I want to try doing is essentially make a new kind of drink. So we know of the fantastic, thanks to those monks from the monastery that was here. Now I just simply took it and just added just a simple cherry flavoring to it.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to try something else. So I also was able on the rounds. I also got some ginger. So try to mix it in with that. See what that would get me.
Okay.
So we already got the barley here. It's been mashed. So we just need to simply add it to the water and then for it to heat it.
How do you know how much to add?
Depends how much you're willing to make. Since we're just testing here, let's try and go for about start with a bucket for now.
Okay.
No, it really depends where we're gonna go for this. So I want something with the level ginger. Is there any other flavor you want to try? Go for? Like, what do you look for when you try making it a drink?
I mean, I like things that are sweet.
Sweet. Okay.
Like honey?
Not that wouldn't work. That's definitely a start. Let's see what else. So you also have some aniseed and juniper berries. Those can also be good as well. See. So, haven't not much of it, but we also have some wild rosemary and some yarrow.
Some what?
I guess I need to step up there. So well, there's a very long word, but it's just known as yarrow. It's a kind of a flowering plant.
I thought you said yellow.
No, it's yarrow, not yellow. Yarrow.
Okay, I didn't understand. Sorry.
So it's a plant that just grows in a more hotter region, which we luckily was able to have imported. That's why whenever we had our missions, that's basically where my gold goes. Essentially, it's like a yellow petal plant, and it just has a little. See, it's hard to describe it since it's all in pieces now, but essentially they're yellow petal plants, and it just has a bit of a yellow spot in the middle. Very small, but when mixed together, it can give it a unique kind of a bitterness to the taste.
Jeslyn, give me an intelligence roll to see how much of this you're actually absorbing.
Does she get advantage because it's Frick?
No, I'm gonna.
13.
Okay, this makes a good bit of sense to you.
I have a question. Since I am proficient in cooking utensils, would I have any idea of something that might be a good ingredient to add to his brew?
I'm gonna say you know flavors and what mixes well, so I'm gonna say yes, you probably do. The DM knows nothing about brewing, so he can't offer you any help.
I don't either.
And I may or may not have a wiki article right now. Help me with these words.
I was gonna ask if you had like a list of beer ingredients.
I was doing a cookie wiki search and I was looking for help me because I don't know either.
I think it's
I know
great.
my
I love
character
it.
does, but the player doesn't.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna leave this on it as long as it amuses. So just stop when you guys are tired of it.
Can I like either? I mean, with that roll, can I have a proficiency or make a separate roll and
I'm gonna say
make suggestions accordingly?
I'm gonna say if we add in your proficiency with cooking utensils, then yes, you can probably make some really good suggestions to them.
That would make it a 16.
Yeah. Okay.
I hold on. I have an idea. Can I go get something?
Okay.
Please go for it.
Oh,
Okay,
I thought that
I'm
was
gonna
Jen.
No, I'm gonna run upstairs to the kitchen and just gather a bunch of shit that I think might be good, and then I'll bring it all down. Okay, what about some of this? I don't know what I brought down. I have no idea. Blackberries and I don't know, like.
I can just go point at shit in my fridge if you want.
Joseph, those are not blackberries. They're juniper berries. Those will work perfectly.
What? Are you sure? No, these are blackberries. I know.
No.
Blackberries.
Look carefully. See, they look like blackberries, but the hues are still a lighter blue, and therefore, and if you can usually tell, like a little bit of the stem there. See, the leaves were more like needles, so therefore, the rest of the stem is way different.
No, you need better lighting down
That's
here.
why the glasses are on my face.
I kind of cringe a little bit. Sorry.
Yeah, they're not just precise measurements. Those are the telling the difference of ingredients.
Okay.
Especially when they're mashed. You know the difference between the aniseed and a yellow.
Sorry.
It's okay. Sorry.
And on that note, I mean, I'm having a blast, but I think we'll jump back over to Viserius as he's tracking up the mountain.
Good.
Viserius, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. I don't have you on video. Okay, so while you've been looking, go ahead and make a proper perception for anything dragon related.
Okay. Perception.
You're starting to get, as you trek up the mountain, it's starting to be light snow on the ground. The mountain itself is starting to look very much like all the same. So, you're.
Well, I could have Wes sniffing around for me.
Okay, give me a search for that.
Okay. Dang, I clicked on the wrong one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he found some berries.
Like, Wes, no, not berries, dragons. Dragons, Wes.
And kind of looks at you and starts snacking on the berries.
Okay, whenever I see rough spots, I'll just pull out my rope of climbing.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll help me climb.
Okay. I am going to say that you actually had to drag him away from the berries. He wouldn't stop eating them. So, you had to pick him up and carry him away.
I'll even take some of the berries with me, so.
All right.
Is there anywhere, does the trail keep going up the mountain?
Yeah.
Or am I having to make my own trail?
There's a couple of trails, but as you get more and more snow, there's less of a trail. So after a little while, you're going to have to start making some survival if you want to find your way around much further.
Okay. See what spells I've got to help.
I'll say, if you've gone a little ways, you can try looking again. I mean, are you looking for caves or are you looking up in the sky? Just so
I'm doing both.
Okay.
But I'm mainly for caves, though. I want to see, if I see some large cave entrances.
Okay. Do you have any spells that might help with this?
If I see the cave, yes.
Okay. But nothing that helps you find a cave?
No.
Okay. We'll go ahead and let you do another perception check.
Come on, roll good.
Okay.
Oh, that's better.
You think you might see what might be a cave that's a good ways up, and when so you're looking up for that, and you're pretty sure you just saw something flying around up there. On closer inspection with that, it looks dragon shaped, and it looks to be flying it off in the distance a little ways.
Could I see what color it was?
I mean, it looks like it's a white dragon against the sky, but it's also with the overcast. It could be a something else.
Okay. And how far away does the cave look?
The cave is probably going to be a couple of hours to hike up there. And the dragon, however, just got a natural 20 on its check, so it saw you. And it turns out the what looked like it was a good ways off was not as far as you thought, as it gets closer and closer. If you want to make an intelligence check,
Okay, give me just a second. I had to reload roll 20.
Okay. You know what? I'll say, rather than have you make a check, we'll just say that as it keeps getting closer, you realize you thought it was a long ways off because you thought it was a big dragon in the distance. Turns out it was a smaller dragon, much more close to you than you realized. But it is a white wormling, and it's coming straight at you. And its speed is 60, so I don't think I have an actual battle map for this, so let me just bring up like a blank page.
Well, once I see it coming at me, I'm going to cast Mage Armor.
Okay, you have time for that. It still has a little ways to come. Let's say it's maybe within 60 feet now. It'll be on you soon. But you still technically have one more round. I'm just going to pull out something to be a dragon if you want to bring yourself out here.
Okay.
But yeah, you had time for that, and it's getting within attack range. Okay? Yeah, it's going to be on you in a moment. Like I said, I'll give you one more chance. If you got anything else you want to do. And we'll just base what's your dexterity or what's your initiative bonus?
It's a +3.
Okay.
And I get advantage because of my weapon of warning.
All right. In that case, we'll do a proper roll for initiative.
Okay.
Because I was just going to go with dex, but I forget you have that. Okay, you will go first. An initiative.
Okay. Well, I'm going to dimension door as far back down the mountain as I can.
Okay, how far exactly is that? Like 500 feet?
Let me check. Of course, I've got Wes with me.
Yeah, and I say he's like a tag along. Anytime you do a spell like this, he doesn't count as he's like on your shoulder.
Yeah, it's 300 feet.
Okay, so you vanished 300 feet away, but I'm pretty sure he has really good perception. So all that means is you've bought yourself maybe a minute while he takes off into the sky at his 60 feet per round. So you bought yourself a little bit of time, but he's coming back after you.
Okay, well, now I'm going to cast invisibility.
Okay. So you do that. And I'm trying to decide. Go ahead and give me a stealth at advantage while he is doing... he is rolling at disadvantage, just for the record.
Okay.
But I think that they have something, there has to be something for him to do to try to track you down, even by smell. Okay, he starts flying in circles as he's looking for you, but he's not coming at you anymore.
Okay, let me see what I can do here.
Okay. Yeah, because
How close am I to the town now? To
you were walking for a couple of hours, so even with
so I'm still pretty far away.
Yeah, it's gonna take you a little while to get away from there. You can keep invisibility going and probably get out of his hunting range, but then again, you don't really know what his hunting range is. He might decide to go ransack the whole town in a minute. But it's obvious he doesn't see you because he's just going to...
I'm going to keep the invisibility up for the whole hour and travel as far as I can in that hour.
Okay.
And after that's done, I'm going to cast this on myself and haul ass to town.
Okay. You left him. He doesn't seem to be following you directly anymore.
Okay.
So you can safely get back to town.
Okay. And I'm going to go back to the tavern. What was the name of that tavern?
I never gave it a name. It's not... The town isn't really even big enough to give it a proper name.
Okay.
There's a couple hundred people that live here.
Yeah, and I'm going to ask the innkeep if there's anywhere I could spend the night.
And he'll give you directions to a boarding house. They charge like 10 silver a night.
Okay, and I'll head there.
Okay.
Is Wolf there at the tavern?
Oh yeah, he's chatting him up. It's like, so it's gonna be Wolf Lobo now. Wolf Lobo, defender of Rookhelm. Yeah, whatever.
And I'll tell the barkeep, Mr. Wolf over there is not crazy. I can verify his story.
You see, he knows that I chased off the dragon lady.
Well, I wouldn't know about that, but I did see a dragon, and I'll walk out the bar.
He's like, what? He saw a dragon? What kind of dragon was it? I gotta get out of here.
I'm walking.
He looks kind of panicked, like, the dragon is going to personally come and eat him or something. Okay.
And once I make accommodations at the boarding house, I am going to do this.
Okay. Who are you contacting?
And I will send them a message. Let me see. Who should I contact?
I was hoping you would have thought that before you put up the message, but okay.
I'll contact Rihanna.
Okay. Let me just bring...
And I'll type it up.
I put like a blank... I had brought up a battle map, and then I forgot to move the players over. So sorry, you avoided the battle anyway, so never mind. All right, yeah, you're sending a message to Rihanna. Rihanna is getting into late afternoon, I would say.
Okie dokie.
What's your message?
Let me count the words.
Typing.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's 17.
Oh, this is going to be like when Jester sends a message, isn't it?
Yep.
This is all I'm going to send right there.
Okay.
Viserys, give me an intelligence roll to see what you know about dragons. I'll even let you add Arcana onto that because they're kind of magical.
Okay.
Did you say this was a full-size dragon, or just
no? This was a wormling, which is barely.
A wormling.
This is like a baby dragon.
Right.
I didn't put wormling in there, so they'll.
No,
think it's a
she
big
doesn't
dragon.
know that. I'm telling you what you know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You know that a wormling dragon is not even a century old. Is probably just old enough to finally take in wing and find its own lair and hunting grounds. It is absolutely the best time to take it on if you wish to kill it. However, that was not your job. Your job was simply to investigate rumors.
Right.
So,
Okay, well, I'm going to type up my response to him because I can respond, correct?
okay, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you have 25 words.
Okay, so does anybody else want to do anything while she's counting out her 25 words?
Oh, it's not even that long.
Oh, okay.
Nothing specific.
Okay, that was a good response.
Oh, for Christ's sake. Okay. Back to the house. I will tell everybody about this message.
Okay.
I realized I was on.
But I'm still out wandering.
So you've just been out wandering this whole time? Did you want to go back to...
Well, I want to go past that house that I had the address for to kind of get an idea for its size, location, orientation,
Okay, yeah,
see if there's anybody there.
Yeah, it's a very large, noble home. Like Viserius has, the equivalent of what I'm calling a townhouse, which means it just happens to have enough rooms to fit everybody because that was just easier. This is a large estate, very fancy. There is a wall around it, but you don't see any lights. Nobody's, it doesn't look like there's anybody in there.
Okay.
But it is fancy to the point of ostentatious. Or ostentatious to the point of, hey, look at my nice house.
Yeah, in other words, he's an ass and he takes things that he shouldn't have. Anyway, okay.
Well, they only took them from dead people.
Nah, okay, good.
Some people would call them, priceless artifacts, like Frick maybe.
Do you have a location in relation to, say, Goldleaf Manor on this map of where it is?
Yeah, let's put it more in. Trying to think. He's more in this range.
Okay, so that would have been on my way.
Sure.
The Crafter Circle area. Okay.
Sure.
All right. Well, I will get back to Goldleaf Manor because it's only early evening and my next little adventure isn't going to occur until it's dark. So.
Okay.
I will get home, get back to the manor. Hello, anybody here?
Here, like the soft echoes. Down in the basement.
I will go down to the basement. Hello, who's down here?
I'm right here. Oh.
Watch those
Yeah,
hands, buddy.
welcome.
Watch those hands. Watch those hands.
What?
He was doing this whole thing. I was like, "Watch your hand." Anyway, so guys, did anybody happen to notice that Sirius is gone?
Oh, yeah. Hey, hold on. I'm going to dry my hands off on a towel or something.
Okay.
And pull the note out of my pocket. Yeah, he left a note.
And it says what again?
Went on the dragon investigation, I think was.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he went on the dragon thing because nobody wanted to leave town or something.
Oh, for
Because I
God's
remember
sake.
being confused about that.
I wish I'd known he was going to do that.
I did too.
Well,
What?
he sent me a message. I got a message in my head from him earlier.
Okay, that's good. Means he's
He
alive.
said, at Rookhelm, found white dragon, avoided it safely. Cannot take it on my own. Need help ASAP.
Why did he go by himself?
That's exactly what I responded. I asked him, why the hell are you a dragon alone? Besides, wasn't that job supposed to confirm that it was there?
I don't
Why does he?
remember.
Because if he tries, there's no way we're gonna get him.
Well, if he needs
The
help,
only other person that I can cast the spell is Michael, and he's not here. So, guys, I don't know what to do.
I guess we have to go save Frick. Save Viserius.
What?
Yeah, but this is like we're talking several days of travel just to get there.
yeah, but Can you convince him to come home otherwise? Because I don't want him to get killed.
Oh, I don't want to get killed either, but that's kind of a harebrained idea.
I agree. Why would he think we wouldn't help him? I don't understand.
Brianna's just pinching the bridge of her nose, shaking her head, and kind of mutters under her breath, I do not have time for this shit. I do not have time for this shit.
I mean, I can just go.
How are you going to just go?
I don't know. Maybe I can go and just get him to come back.
Well...
If I may,
Go ahead.
could we get Master Michael to send him a message back when he returns, saying is he in actual danger? Like, he said he avoided it safely, correct?
Yeah. Yes. Apparently, but he has plans to attack it, which... Why? I don't know.
Well, a dragon can be a threat to any nearby village or city or town if it is not monitored. And
I thought that was the whole point of the job, was to confirm whether it was there so that they could monitor and remove the threat.
something tells me...
Maybe he's getting paid extra to... But he doesn't seem like the type of person who's desperate for money.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I don't know why he... Anyway. Well, I guess we can wait until Michael comes back. Unless you guys know somebody who could do this for us, but...
Only through my powers of imagination, I would know someone.
Well,
Frick,
that-
roll for imagination.
You
Yes.
got it.
If he rolls high enough, can it be an actual person?
Wait, Andy. Can I roll something to see what I know about white dragons?
Well, that would be an intelligence check. I don't think you have Arcana, but I think I'm sort of stretching it, adding Arcana onto that, but it seems fair.
I mean, I could do Arcana. See if I know anything. Nope.
Nope. You know, dragons eat things,
Yeah. Okay.
and only a
Well,
damn fool, rushes off to.
I rolled a
Chase
two
one down by
12s on
himself.
my imagination.
Frick, you imagine that you send out this message of "Come home, Viserys, come home."
Please tell me that's when Viserys' new message comes through. These
I
would
want
take
it to
more
be. Pete, how long? Pete, that's what catnap is. What, 10 minutes?
Hello.
Okay, he's going to insist on
Oh,
typing.
I'm sorry. I've been muted. I've been talking.
Man, we are just
I've seen a common
It's been a
pattern
day,
for
let me
that.
tell you.
Guys, I tried to tell you that you have to turn your mics on.
I know, between you, Danny, and Pete, it's like, good lord.
This is my new message to them.
Who did you send it
To you again.
to? Okay.
Okay, Pete, we sort of forgot to, verify how, this would go. So we're going to say, if, a proper confirmation and a description of what kind of dragon would have been sufficient, because they just had people saying that they saw a dragon. If you can give them details, they'll consider that, that and, maybe something on their part for a truth finding.
Well, yeah, I mean, wouldn't they have somebody who could tell if he was telling the truth?
Yeah, because we
Oh,
forgot
yeah.
to set that up ahead of time. Otherwise, I would have sent him
Okay.
with a magical device that could have taken an image of the dragon.
Got it.
But
Got
you
it.
all went in different directions, and I forgot. So
So can we pretend then that he...
I did not hear those last words you cut out.
I said, are we then just saying that Sirius knows that?
Yeah.
Okay. So that message he sent probably wasn't necessary?
Pete, if that's still the message you sent, but you're going to know you have what you need to collect your reward.
Oh, okay. Well, I sent it before I knew all this. So
Okay. Yeah,
I'll retract
because you
that
forgot to
message.
ask me, so
Yeah.
they would use truth finding spells, to ensure that you were telling the truth.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'll just since I've already paid in advance for my carriage, I'll wait for the next carriage from Rookhill back to Wildam.
Okay.
So in the meantime, thinking we have to come save your ass.
Well, let me.
No, he took that message back.
Not the first one.
I thought we were going meta in that entire situation.
We're saying that the second message didn't come through. Just the first one.
Yeah,
Because
which was,
that one's
I need
already
help.
been done.
Yeah.
We're
I'm changing the
retracting the
second one.
second message.
Well, what about the first one? That wasn't necessary either then.
Well,
I'm just saying.
Well, I'm saying it's still there because it's a little too late to retract that one because you guys did this
Okay.
whole panicked about him being gone.
Yeah.
And he could still technically decide to go fight the dragon if he wants to.
Okay. All right, fine. Then that's what we'll go with. I'll be like, guys, I don't know about you, but it's a long ways to Rookhelm, and there's a lot of weird stuff going on in this town right now, and I personally do not want to spend the time going out there to chase him down. He's a smart enough person; he can figure out that there's no way he's going to beat that thing by himself.
There's my new message.
Oh, okay. Oh, guess what, guys?
What?
Coming home. Have sufficient evidence for payment. Should be there by tomorrow.
And Frick, this did happen right after you sent out your message to him.
Wow. Frick, you are amazing. How did you do it? Well, he just responded. Didn't you hear him?
No. Wait, I did a thing?
I guess so, because as he did that, I got a response from him saying he was coming home. He'll be here tomorrow.
Maybe
Just
I-
Frank's expression makes me laugh.
We're
No,
like,
I'm
what?
Oh, I know.
It's like, Frick,
Maybe the
you got
little
some
level of
magic
magic
you don't
inside
know.
me.
That's what I
I'm
was
just
going
gonna
to say.
take
You
and
got
channel
some
this
magic.
magic and harness it and let it become me.
I think Rick has spent too much time in the basement. He needs like some sunshine, maybe some fresh air,
I agree.
maybe some water.
Yeah, a little less fantastic, a little more water.
Trevor, are you ready to ask any more questions in your investigation, or what do you want to do there?
Danny's got nothing.
Okay. Does Trevor want to do anything else before we, just go on about our day?
I mean, I don't really have a lot to do, so.
Okay. So,
I didn't exactly have time to plan Trevor's day, so unless you have anything.
well, I mean, you could have, you can talk to Spencer a little bit more. You've gotten about all the information you can off of the bodies that were there. You could also ask the other investigator if he's willing to share any of his information, but it sounds like he isn't very familiar with the city. So those are the options I have to offer.
Sorry. I'll just. I'll leave it there for now.
Okay.
And Trevor will just make his way home, I suppose.
Okay. All right. So.
Home, not. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Does anybody else want to do anything? Because Rihanna has plans for the evening. So, Viserius, you know that the next. Your best bet will be to go ahead and leave in the morning, but you might be able to get a flight home tonight. With the small panic that's going on, that might even be a good idea. But your flight back will be relatively uneventful.
before we end this scene,
Mhm.
I want to look at Trilak. Trilak, can you do me a favor?
Yes.
Can you not call him Master Michael to his face? His ego's bad enough.
Oh no, I do not do it anyway.
Okay, thanks.
If you'd like, I can call him worse things.
No, I don't want you to insult him. Just, he doesn't need help with there.
Understood.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, Pete. I was talking to you when you weren't there. I'm going to say that you can probably go ahead and head back tonight if you absolutely want to.
Okay, I'll do that.
Your flight
Sooner
back
the
is
better.
going. Yeah, your flight back can be relatively uneventful. It's still just going to take you roughly 12 hours. Now that there's rumors of dragons in the area, it seems like anybody who has the gold to get somewhere is trying to get somewhere. So it might be good to get to while you still technically have your seats reserved. Because Wolf Lobo was seen screaming down the streets, "It's coming to get me! It's coming to get me! My name's not Frank, it's Wolf Lobo! Don't tell the dragon!"
So is this Griffin thing like United?
It's
Is he gonna lose his seat? Like, or is he gonna get dragged off?
no, because he's already paid in advance, and he paid in gold. And Griffin travel is about 1 gold per mile, so it's pretty expensive to go anywhere. Around town, the carriage will take you just about anywhere for only a couple copper. So there's something about travel in the books. I just don't feel like finding out what town to town travel is right offhand. So if nobody else had anything else, we'll jump over to Rihanna. It's starting to get a little bit late.
Yep.
But I want to know what your plans for Frick are. I just saw that comment. Is Frick going to try to become a mage?
Oh my God, yes.
That would be awesome.
Oh. Rihanna, is the sun is going down. Businesses are closing up for the day.
Mm-hmm.
You want to do your thing?
I do want to do my thing.
Okay.
I will hang around and have dinner with everybody and act like nothing's going on.
Okay. Make deception checks then, just to so that.
Okay, may the dice be in my favor. Dun 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 dun. Come on, I can do this.
I volunteer as tribute.
Okay.
I nailed that one.
Yeah, nobody's. You're very casual. It's just another normal day. A normal day in which Viserius is screaming, not screaming, but like, "I need you to come help me kill a dragon." Never mind. I just remembered I don't have to kill it.
I think it's only fair we get to roll contested rolls, Andy.
Okay.
2.
Jesselyn, this is a very normal day.
We haven't even had a conversation to make
Good night,
it affect
Matt.
anything. Good night,
Very well, Matt.
Later, Matt.
Good night, Matt.
Good night.
Yeah, Jesselyn, this is a very normal day. Rihanna
Yeah.
is being ultra casual. Nothing was weird at all.
She's not being shady in any way.
No.
Perfectly normal.
Is all about what kind of idiot goes out to hunt dragons all by himself anyway.
Oh yeah, totally able to redirect because
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I've got them so focused on Viserius and his dragon hunting that they don't even notice that I'm.
See, I provided a good distraction.
The door.
What's that?
Yeah, I provided a good distraction without even being there.
Right. And what did you say, Danny?
I said you're crab stepping out the door in the meantime.
No, I'm gonna go to my room. I'm gonna go to my room and be like, guys, it's been a long day. I think I'm gonna go unwind and just relax this evening. I'll see you guys in the morning.
Good night, Rihanna.
Good night. I'm gonna go upstairs. I don't know what time of night you think this is, Andy. That's kind of what I want to know because I was planning on.
It's 6 p.m.
I'm going to
Not
say
suspicious at all.
the sun is, it's just about fully set. There's just a little bit of a light on the horizon. The street lights are coming on, and there's an owl staring at you through the window.
What's up with all these birds?
Yeah, I know. I don't like this.
Yeah. Well, you want to know what time of night? There's an owl there.
Okay, I'm just gonna stare back at him for a bit.
Yeah. You didn't know that an owl could look that personally offended by anybody.
Rihanna doesn't give a hoot.
That's right. Kind of like Bugbear don't care, Rihanna don't give a hoot. That's right. Anyway, okay. So, I am going to obviously have my. I'm going to take my hat. I make sure that my amulet is tucked away safely.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure I've got at least my daggers and my tools. Screw it, I'll take my rapier too. I'm going to be hiding.
Okay.
So I'm going to kind of go to the door of my room and kind of crack the door and listen, see if I could hear if anybody's still up and moving around or if anybody's doing anything in the house.
All right, give me a perception check.
Okay, I might be able to roll well on. Yes.
Is there anybody upstairs making noise?
Like, what time is this?
Like this is the sun is going down, so I guess
9.
Yeah.
No, I think just by upstairs.
Okay. Frick is probably off, doing Frick things downstairs, and Trilak, went to bed a little early.
Okay. Then I will close my door. I will lock it from the inside if that's a possibility.
Yeah, I figured there's a simple lock.
Okay, I will put out the candle or whatever light source I have in the room. And I will open my windows, and I will peek out and see if there's anybody out there that would see me doing this. You want me to do another perception?
Yeah, you do one, and then I'll roll to see if there's anybody out there.
Okay.
Okay. No, people. If there's anybody out there, they're pretty well heading on their way. There's no stargazers out or anything.
Okay.
Just that bird.
Is that that bird?
Yeah, that owl, who finally got tired of glaring at you and seems to have flown away.
Okay. So he's gone. Okay.
Yes. Well, the suspicious owl is now gone.
Yes, I am going to kind of climb outside the window a little bit, grab my cloak, and fly off.
Okay.
And I'm going to head over towards the house that is marked, I see.
That was... are you referring to did you want the collector or the noble house?
The noble house.
Okay, then yes, that one, it is in fact marked. So
yes.
You know where to go. So
right, okay. So what I'm going to do is fly over, but I'm going to do a few laps to check the area out to see, if there's anybody around that would see me doing weird stuff.
I'll say make that a stealth roll, and you do get advantage because of your cloak.
Okay. Of course.
Okay, you are one with the shadows when you wish to be.
Okay. So I just kind of hop around from place to place, kind of staying in the dark as much as I can to check it out. And I just kind of want to wait a little bit because I don't see anything going on in there. It's obviously left.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. There's no signs of anybody being awake inside the house.
And I am going to look for a side of the house that has windows on the upper floor that may not have like a clear view to any place. You know what I'm saying? Trying to find the secluded upstairs window I can find.
Yeah, you'll be able to find one of those easily enough. I don't have the words to describe it, but you can find something like that.
Okay, that's all. So I'm going to fly down to there, and I don't know, I'm a kind of a ledge or something.
Yeah, there's like it's like a large window with not exactly a full balcony, but enough room that somebody could sort of like take a little bit of a step out and enjoy the. Like, if the sun were coming up, this would probably be the window they would go to enjoy the new morning. Okay.
I will come and land down on the attempt to... I will check to see if the window is locked or not.
Okay. I'll say go ahead and just make that with your thieves tools.
Okay. I don't even have those inventory. What the heck?
All right. Well, that's a Dex plus your proficiency bonus with the tools.
Oh.
This is a highly sealed up window. They must have used adamantium to bolt it from the other side.
Well, that wasn't even included. That doesn't even my proficiency, so.
Yeah, but it's still a nat 1, so.
It's still low, yeah. Like, shit, okay.
Do you have inspiration?
I don't know that I do, to be honest.
It would probably have been marked up at the top of your page.
I don't have anything marked there.
Okay.
Okay.
You can hop around and try another window.
Is there one nearby?
There would be one like on the other side of the upstairs. It's a similar window.
But on the other side of the building.
Well, it's sort of like I'm going to say it's on the same side but the opposite end.
Okay. That's what I was wondering. Okay. So I'm over there try to see if that one is
okay.
Locked or whatever.
All right, make another check to see. You're pretty sure that it's you can tell that this one could have been opened if you could just get it to.
Yeah. Okay, well, can I try and use whatever thieves tools I have to try to unlock the window from the outside? Is there any way to do that?
I'll let you make just a separate check just for that. I mean, with these rolls, though.
I know. Okay, so another dex check, right?
Yeah. Okay, this time you slide the tool in, and that latch just comes up like butter, and like, oh, they actually oiled this one. How kind of them.
Yeah. Okay, so it's open, and I'm gonna put my tools away. I'm gonna sit there for a moment. Wait.
Okay.
I'm gonna open it just a little bit, just to see if anything happens.
Okay. No. There's no sound, and in fact, I'm going to bring you over to what you see inside.
Okay.
So, I'm trying to get my window to scroll down. Okay, so. You're basically on this window that I am pinging here. That's where you've entered.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
I need to make the map smaller because I was like all zoomed in.
Yeah.
Okay, ping it again.
All right, just a sec. All right, you come in through that window.
Okay, got it.
So you come in. There's you can automatically see like there's artwork up in this room because there's all these little paintings and stuff and.
Yeah. All right. From what I see just in that hallway, do I see anything that would be of value that'd be small enough I could just tuck in my bag?
These paintings are somewhat large, so I mean they're all nice paintings. Those are some pots. Just maybe somebody kept flowers in them at one point.
Got it. Okay. All right. Well, then I will, I guess. Creep forward, just kind of keep listening for anything that might tip me off that either somebody's here or that
give a perception check to see if you can hear anything.
Okay.
This is silent as a tomb.
When I really need the rules, they're not happening.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll move forward to about this area.
Okay.
And I'll kind of just glance down this direction, and is that a closed door?
Yes, it is a closed door.
But I can see that this is an open room over here.
Yes.
Okay, well, I will very carefully and quietly make my way over to this room.
Okay. Again, there's a very nice rug on the floor. There's a few more paintings, but there's nothing that is really like what you were looking for.
What was this as I walked by? Is that a painting?
That's just one more painting.
Okay,
Somebody in this household likes art.
Really likes, yeah.
And I'll clarify. These are nice paintings. I don't know how much you know about artwork, but they're nice. Some of them may even look like they were, like, probably more of the impression that maybe they were painted by someone in the household as opposed to just being something that was bought. But so there's different quality levels. So
Okay.
but nothing that you will fit in. Do you have a bag of holding?
I do not. That's
Okay.
something I need to get.
You might be able to put one or two in your backpack, but you do know that paintings tend to be not something you want to jostle around while you're climbing through windows. So
Nah,
you'd have to
I'm
like
not
cut
worried
them
about
out and roll them up.
Right. Well, can I do a scan around the room if there's anything that's not quite as bulky or fragile that would be worth something?
Up in this area, I'm just going to say you can tell from your passive that not in this area.
Okay. So I'm going to make my way to this door,
Okay.
and I'm going to listen to see if I can hear anything, which probably not.
All
but
right. Check again just to see.
okay.
Okay. That room is completely quiet.
Okay. I'm going to try the handle.
Okay. It's not locked. It opens easily.
Okay. So I'm going to walk into this room. I'm going to
Okay.
look around.
This room is pretty bare. It doesn't look like anybody is staying in it. I mean, it's made up, but there's no signs that anyone is staying here.
Okay. All right. I see this door when I enter. So,
Yeah, if you want to open it, it'll open
Yeah.
easily as well.
yep, I'll come into this room.
Okay. This room is a bit more furnished. It's also made up very well. There's, like if you were to like check like the half-open cabinet or anything, there's very nice clothes in here. This right here. Sorry, I'm hearing some extra clicking. I didn't know where that's coming from.
That's my dog walking.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, so that right there is sort of like a mannequin. It has a very nice evening gown, and it also has so like sitting on its head is a not like a full crown, but a nice headpiece, and you recognize the headpiece from one of the paintings. One of the paintings was a beautiful human woman, and she's wearing this headpiece.
Oh. Okay. Is there anything special about it? Expensive?
It looks pretty expensive.
No, I'm gonna put it in my bag.
Okay.
So I don't really see anything in these rooms that have the crest on it that he gave me a picture of.
Pete, she's not actually didn't pull her icon onto the map. We're using pings to show her where she is.
Yeah.
I mean, you can pull yourself onto the map if you want, but that's up to you. I just did this for reference.
Yeah. No, that's
Okay.
fine. Does the dress look like it's Jeslyn sized?
Yeah, it looks like it'd be a pretty decent fit.
I'm gonna go ahead and take the dress off the mannequin, stuff it in my bag too.
Okay. That's not a problem.
Okay, then I'm gonna exit out the door for it.
Okay.
Make my way. I'm gonna go back over here because I had noticed when I was in here that there was a hallway or something this way.
Yeah, there's a hallway, and then this is supposed to be a staircase right next to it.
Yeah, I figured as much, but I figured I'm gonna check out the upper floor first before I do anything. So I'll go down into this hallway.
Okay.
And
again, there's more paintings. The other side has like a fireplace with a sitting room, so you can tell like this is where people would have gathered, just to enjoy your drink at the end of the day.
Sure. So I'll go around into the and I'll go because people who like to boast about their family crests and things usually put them over mantles of fireplaces. So that's the first place I'm going to check for something that may have their crest.
Okay. Let me just see. There's a couple of more like cross battle axes, more ornamental, but not really with a family crest.
Okay. Then I'll check out the rest of the room if I can find anything like that.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, which room are you checking first? I mean, you're closest to this one, I suppose.
The rest of this room. Like I said,
the rest of this room.
Yeah,
Sorry. Okay. Yeah.
Because I was just looking at the fireplace, thinking that was the first place. So I was just check out the rest of the room if there's anything.
There's a couple more paintings up, and there's like another vase right up here. nice
Okay.
chairs, and like I said,
Okay.
this was more of a sitting room, so it's slightly less furnished outside of a nice carpet.
Okay. Well, I will move down towards this door. So I'm
Okay.
in that room.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
will take another listen, make sure that I'm not.
Okay. Perfectly silent. Like the
Okay,
fireplace
okay.
is not even lit, so you don't even have the crackle of fire.
Okay.
Just your heart pounding in your ears. You haven't done this kind of work in years. The excitement, the rush, the adrenaline rush, it's all there. Why did you ever give it up?
I know. God. Okay. So I will slowly open that door and enter the room.
Okay.
And-
Again, this one it's more furnished, but there's the bed is perfectly made. Yeah. Okay.
Chest.
Yeah, you can open it up. It's more of I forget what I put down there. That's more like a. You're just pinging everything, aren't you?
I'm not.
Oh,
touching anything.
somebody's pinging things. Sorry.
Yeah, I know.
If you're not in the room, don't ping things,
That's that.
Okay, sorry.
guys. I'm trying to do something here. So quit screwing
Dead
with
every
it.
day.
Okay.
What?
Sorry, everybody was talking at once. All
I
right.
was just saying. That
Okay, you
I
wanted
would
to.
notice the locker.
Yes, that is more of a foot locker. If you open it up, it has some men's clothes in it, but you don't see anything at the bottom.
Okay. I'll check for a false bottom.
Okay, make that an investigation check.
Alrighty.
Okay, you check, and there actually was a false bottom, but there was nothing left in it. It looks like it got emptied out. Sorry.
Boo. That's fine. Okay. And it looks like a couple side chair, like a chair here.
Yeah, there's
And-
a chair and a cabinet. If you want to like open up the wardrobe,
Oh yeah, totally. I'm ready.
yeah, it's more men's clothes. These are like the finer, like noble wear, like what they might wear to a formal event.
Okay. And what is this down here?
That's a wash basin.
Oh, okay.
There's no water in it, but that's what's there.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, when I'm satisfied, I don't see anything else. I'll go to this door and
All right.
take a listen there.
Okay. You already know the
The-
drill.
Yeah.
It's pretty quiet. You can't hear anything in there.
Okay. I'll open the door, poke my head in, take a look.
Okay. There's a man sleeping in the bed.
Oh shit! Really?
Sound asleep.
Okay. Huh. Okay, I'm gonna quietly shut the door. Back
Okay.
out of there.
Okay.
And I'm going to stealthily make my way back over here to this downstairs stairwell.
Okay. Let me bring up the lower floor
Okay.
on the map then. And when you get here, you come out in more of a large, dining room style kitchen.
Uh-huh.
I do relatively simple maps.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Okay. I'm gonna, before I step out into the room, stop and for anything.
Sorry, couldn't quite. Okay. Nope. It's other than the sleeping man. This seems to be a pretty empty space.
Stop it. Okay. So I'm gonna look around that room, and I'm assuming. Stop it, dog. Look around the room because I'm assuming I won't see anything in this room that would be of any use.
No, basic dining room, the kitchen, and that over there is a stove. Just a wood stove
Okay.
type thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make my way to this room.
okay. Yeah. Here you actually do have various suits of armor. There's a few more weapons, and these look more like heirloom used weapons. And there is the family crest is somewhere on each suit of armor. It's not like hugely displayed, and there is in fact, shields that have the family crest on them.
Shields, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so is that the smallest thing I can find that's got the family crest on it?
Give me an investigation, because that was, the
Okay.
easy thing to see.
Right. Damn it.
So I'm going to say that you can find like one of the shields is a little bit smaller and a little bit easier to walk away with, if you wanted to do that. The rest of the time it's sort of painted on to the armor, and unless you wanted to walk, try to wear the armor out, or you could, I don't know, maybe try to like pry the insignia off, because in some cases it's more like a separate piece that has been welded on. You could always try and pry one of those off.
Yeah, after that,
I'm sure you got a
looks like it's welded
crowbar.
on. Yeah, I'm sure I do. I just don't know how much noise that would. So I prefer to not make any more.
Yeah.
Is the smaller? Is it small enough that I could just strap it to my back with my other stuff?
Yeah, I'll say that you could probably, because I'm guessing that your backpack was mostly empty when you came here.
Yeah.
So yeah, this will fit inside of a backpack with the other items you've procured.
Okay. So I put. Yeah, so I've got the dress, the headpiece, and the shield all wrapped together, stuffed in my backpack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And like I said, there was a couple of swords, and there was even a halberd over one piece. Halberd, being a little bit harder to walk out with.
I just needed one thing that had the crest,
Mm-hmm.
but anything else. I'm going to, creep back up the stairs and stop to listen to see if there's any movement upstairs before I get up there.
No.
No? Okay.
Did you want to? I know you were asking about the paintings. Did you want to do? Did you do a full investigation to look at the paintings to see if what you know about artwork? Because
I could. I don't feel like I know anything about artwork. But,
okay.
I can try.
Yeah, I would say that if you want to do like an investigation to see, or investigation uses intelligence. If you want to inspect a couple of pieces of artwork to see if it looks like anything. All right, so you're going around. How many of them do you look at?
Gosh, there's so many.
Because you could also just see, because a couple of them you do start to see like maybe like family portraits. If you want to like double check to see if any of them have the insignia anywhere on it.
Oh yeah.
So most is like I said, you do see a few family portrait style, or like there's a man in uniform. Then there's one. It's the same woman that had the headpiece. Most of the women in the pictures have the headpiece on. You see the one, she's standing next to a soldier, and there's a couple of young children. So it's a family portrait of.
Right. Okay.
No way. Sorry, there would only been one child in that painting.
Okay. Okay. Nothing on there that.
No, this was meant to be family heirloom type of things.
Okay. Sure.
And I'll say you even see another picture a little while later where without the woman, the same man, two kids, kind of look. They look a little familiar, but you can't quite place it.
Okay. All right. Well, decided I don't know anything.
Yeah.
And I didn't find anything else that was smaller, so I'm going to make my way back upstairs.
Okay.
Quietly.
Yeah, every other room except for the one the person was sleeping in seems like, it just wasn't really like, since there's only one person in the house, they just didn't keep anything in there.
Right. Okay.
You do get
That's
advantage
weird, but there's
on your
nothing in the
stealth.
Yeah, I know. What's that?
Sorry, what were you saying?
Oh, I said, yeah, I just think it's kind of weird that there's barely anything in here. They're sleeping, but we never And all the time that I spent checking it out beforehand, the only person I ever saw coming in or out was an older woman.
Yeah, you never saw this
This is-
person come or go.
That is weird. Okay.
I just said that you saw a person sleep. Did you do anything to check, like investigation? Or you just like poke your head in? Crap, there's someone in here. Back out.
That's pretty much what I did.
Okay.
Yeah. I suppose when I go back upstairs, nah. You know what? I get myself in trouble when I go poking my head in places that don't belong.
But it hasn't stopped you yet.
I know, but I'm learning. I will make my way back upstairs, and I'll make my way back to that window.
Mm-hmm.
Climb back out on the outside of that window. I will shut the window, and I guess trying to use my tools. Is that possible?
I'm going to say relocking from the outside, probably not. This is more like a latch, that, type of window.
Okay.
So.
All right. And then I will grab my cloak, and this time I will just turn myself into a bat and fly away.
Okay. You're able to do that.
I fly back to my open window at the manor.
Okay. We still have a little bit of time, so unless y'all want to call it a night, we can do the next day.
Yeah, if everybody else wants to.
How late is Viserius going to get in?
Let's see. You will be showing up, I'll say it would be a couple of hours into the day.
Okay.
So you would probably be getting back about, let's call it 10 a.m.
Okay.
Lunchtime.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I mean, I'm fine doing the next day a little bit if
Okay.
somebody has something to do.
Yeah.
I don't have to.
I know our biggest thing was Viserius seeing a dragon and then running like a coward, and Rihanna doing a little bit of shopping.
Coward?
That's what I'm calling it.
That's the smart thing to do when you see a dragon.
I was gonna say that's not cowardly.
Hey,
That's...
now that you're far enough away, I'm going to tell you, you could have taken a wormling.
Yeah.
A wormling
I
you can
thought so,
sneeze
too.
on and it dies.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
you didn't know that. You ran.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Viserius didn't know that.
And instead, you have the whole town freaking out now, thinking they're a full-grown dragon.
Yeah. Yeah, you
That
didn't.
personally, I find.
Yeah, you left him in a state of panic, all because you wanted to play one practical joke on a loudmouth guy.
That's funny.
That's okay. It's great.
Yeah. Okay,
So
so
that just
I'll.
shows that
Yeah.
he's forming a sense of humor.
Mm.
Yeah, that was a. Why do I
I
keep
was gonna say
moving around the wrong
when
stuff?
Rihanna got back to, I'm assuming by now that I've probably established a little hidey hole place for myself
Sure.
in the house. So I will tuck away those things in my little hiding place as best I can. And I'm gonna crawl into bed and crash.
Okay. So yeah, we'll go ahead and fast forward to the next day. Like I said, Viserius will be getting in around lunchtime. So Viserius will go ahead and say, for the sake of everything, that you can go by the office and claim your proper reward, most of which you spend in
Okay.
travel. Because does anybody else want to do anything?
I'm gonna make
Oh.
breakfast. That's all. Important.
Just out of character, can you tell me real quick how much do bags of holding cost?
I'm guessing they're, what are they, uncommon, guys?
They're uncommon.
Uncommon.
So basically, I'll roll a 1d6 times 100 to decide how much it costs.
Okay. So I'd like to go purchase one if I can get one.
Sure, you can stop by one of the local magic shops and you can use your feminine wiles to try to get them to come down off that price.
Okay, I will attempt it. Once I know how much it is.
Okay. I didn't know if you wanted to say anything, so you just go and they'll let you have one for 500 gold. The panic over weapons has died down now that people are looking into other options.
Right. Well, I don't. Okay, so who's the shopkeeper? Yeah, I gotta try to talk my way. I want to talk the price down as I can.
Yeah, let me try to decide who this is. This is a young human girl, like 16. So.
Oh, okay. Oh, sweetheart, is that the best price that you can do? I mean, I could go get that somewhere else much cheaper. It'd just be such an inconvenience.
And she's like, well, I mean, you know, my dad's kind of sets the prices. Give me a charisma check versus her check.
Just charisma?
Yeah.
Stealing from
No
a teenager.
persuasion?
Okay. She rolled a nat 20.
Fuck.
So, my dad sort of sets the prices because, you know, he does some of the enchanting. He knows what they're worth.
Oh.
Which magic shop is she in? Is she the one up by Oma or the one by the estate?
Which one? Did you want to go to the Brass Emporium or did you want to go to the local shop nearby?
Oh, I didn't know. I just.
That's why I just asked. There's one that's not too far from the estate.
Well, I mean, stop there first. I mean, I know that there's the other place. So,
Yeah.
Excuse me, just a moment.
In that case, I mean,
I will probably make my way over if I can get one from the gnome dude cheaper.
I mean, we'll see what he tells you it's worth. No, he's selling his for 600 gold today.
Die. Okay. Oh, goodness gracious, Gerald. Sure that's what you want to sell it for?
Well, then it's a very valuable tool, and it's you know, takes a couple of weeks to properly make more of them.
Oh, are you low on stock then, are you?
Oh, well, my stock is, you know, he's like, I've got lots of stuff, but that doesn't change the fact that this is a valuable tool that many people can use.
I know.
I'll let you do another charisma if you want to try on him.
Okay.
Okay, but you've been a good, yeah, Pete, you can easily get paid. You've been a good repeat customer coming in so often. I'm guessing, were you in disguise?
Well, when I first walked through the door, because I don't travel openly on the streets.
I know, but I mean, once you're talking to him.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, once I was inside, I was like, hey, hello.
So, I'll let you have it for any kind of thing. So, let's say 400 gold.
All right, you've got it.
Okay. He will let you have that.
All right, and I will definitely come and buy their goods from you. Did you hear me?
Yeah, you'll come and buy and shop here.
Yeah, and I'll tell my friend.
Oh,
They should
okay.
all come
And
get their things from
he
you.
appreciates that.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Okay.
Okay.
Yay. All right.
Trevor, did you have anything? Because I know we got people who have games after this, so I want to make sure we hit everybody up at the start of the new day.
I mean, I was just gonna get up in the morning.
Okay.
Am I alone, or was?
How do we pronounce her name? Tanelia?
Yeah.
Yeah. She was up making breakfast when you got up. Oh, good morning, dear. It's so nice to have you back around the house. I'll have breakfast
weird.
ready in a minute.
Oh, thanks. I'll just take a wander,
Okay.
stretch.
Sure.
It's been a while since I slept here.
Yeah. I mean, it's your house, so you told me, and otherwise we're going to jump to someone else.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Do I see Rihanna there at that magic shop when I walk in?
Did you go to the... Okay, yeah, all right. Now I see. Yeah. I don't know. I guess you guys could have crossed paths. I'm fine with it if... Rihanna, did you want to see him?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll walk in and I'll see her there, and I'll walk up to her. I'm like, I'm back. I made it back safely.
Oh my god, you frightened me.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I should
Oh,
have
that's fine.
put in my first
No,
message that it was a
I'm
wormling.
looking around, make sure there's nobody else in the shop now.
Yeah, it's just you
Well-
guys.
Okay, I'm like, well, just because I didn't hear put my hat back on, go back to looking like my little frail human girl. Well, that's good. I'm glad you made it back safely.
Yeah.
Have you met
Yeah.
Gerald?
No, I have not. This is my first time
Gerald.
in the shop, I believe.
Oh, well, Viserius, this is the proprietor of this establishment, Gerald. Gerald, this is my good friend, Viserius.
And I'll
Hello
walk
there.
up to him and I'll extend my hand and say, "Good day, sir.
And good day to you. Welcome to the Brass Emporium.
Fine establishment you have here."
Well, I do try.
He carries some of the best variety of things, and
Yeah.
he's pretty reasonably priced. So I would recommend you buying your stuff here from him.
Yeah.
And I
well,
look to the gnome and I wink at him like, see, I can do this.
Well, I was like, I would like to inquire if you have any bags of holding, since I didn't know she just bought one.
Oh, and he'll start going through the stock. Yeah, we have one or two left, I believe.
Well, I would like to purchase one, please.
All right. And it's like, well, I did just let this young woman have one for 400, so I figure it's only fitting to let you have it for the same rate.
Oh, that's so kind of you, Gerald.
Would you take things in trade as well? I happen to have found this in my adventures, and I'll show him the wand of fireballs.
He'll sort of inspect it. He takes out his glasses and looks at it. I'm afraid that this one it's not. This is more of like looks like an apprentice might have made it. And I'm just afraid that when they're imperfect like this one is, not recharging, I prefer not to take wands that shoot out large fireballs if I can't be sure that they are properly made. You understand?
Yes, that's very understandable. Yes, and I'll go ahead and just give him the 400 gold.
Okay.
Well, if there's nothing else, I'm going to head back to the manor. Serious, I don't know if you were done here or if there was other things you're going to do.
Yes, I am done here. I've got what I came for.
Okay, would you care to walk with me?
Yes, I shall. Thank you, sir.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you very much.
I'll turn around and I'll say, bye, Gerald, and I'll blow him a little kiss and wink at him as I walk out the door.
And he just waggles his eyebrows a little bit and goes back to his work.
He seems like a fine gentleman.
Yeah. Because I went in there the other day, I had on looking like this, and saw right through my disguise. So, yeah. And he didn't freak out when he saw what I really looked like, so we're good. He has got some cool stuff in there I really want, but I'm going to have to come up with some more funds first.
Well, how much do you need?
Well, for everything, he has this really cool enchanted short sword. It's 6,000 gold pieces. I don't think I'm going to come up with that anytime soon.
Oh, well, I can't help you with that one.
Oh, I know. I know. So, what in the hell were you thinking? Taking off on that adventure on your own?
Well, I didn't really think that a dragon would be there since they were just rumors.
Well, usually where there's smoke, there's fire.
True. But now I've already done the job, gotten paid for it, so.
Okay.
And Trevor,
You had
sorry, I was trying to respond to Danny's thing. Trevor, when you stop by your mother's old room, her dress is missing. So is her headband.
Oh.
You can report that to the guards in a little bit if you want to.
Oh my god, that's freaking hilarious.
All right, sorry guys.
That's awesome.
Son of a bitch. Oh,
So, Frick, what are you doing?
I would like to test to make sure the little concoction that me and Jeslyn made yesterday is any good.
Okay. You do you have something for brewing? I think you set something
Yeah,
up.
I got the pure supply, so it's basically going to be wisdom plus proficiency.
Okay.
So let's see how well our craft was.
Okay. Roll
Does it
that.
get advantage with my help?
19.
Go ahead and roll advantage because you did have
Okay.
help, just to see if you can do better.
Nope.
Okay. 19. Jeslyn knows flavor.
Woohoo.
All right, I should.
And then when
Not
you do
good.
your up close inspection, there's no granules, there's nothing floating in it.
All right. Note to self. Say an apology to Jessalyn about the blackberries. Now I gotta think of a name.
It's a nice breakfast brew. The blackberry breakfast brew.
So, like, if we made enough for a bucket full, we can easily bring that and put that amongst the table.
Yes.
Good morning, everyone. We have
Good
a
morning.
new concoction, so to say. Huge thanks to Jessalyn on this particular one. I tested myself. It's a hint of ginger and blackberry. Along with the useful ingredients, you're welcome to it. Just make sure I only have enough for a bucket full, so don't be greedy.
Are we
doing
back
that
to the
okay?
manor yet?
Yeah, we're in the
Okay.
manor. It's
Okay.
breakfast time.
Don't need these anymore for now. Please, help yourself.
Well, I will definitely try it, and I will pour myself a mug, and I will take a sip. That's actually quite good.
Yeah, I can't take all the credit. Yes, I came up with the idea with the mixture of with the ginger that we had. She went in there with blackberry, and
Good
does it?
choice.
I didn't think it would mix well with ginger, but I eat my own words.
It's definitely different, but I like it. I like it.
Good.
Good
I like-
job.
Thanks. I learned from the best.
No. I am going to head upstairs to my room. All of those things out, and I'm going to shove them in my bag.
Okay. Does anybody else have anything?
No, I'll go around the estate and inform everybody I'm back.
Okay.
Oh,
Michael is like, you left somewhere? And falls back asleep.
seems like a lot of people had long nights, apparently.
I did make breakfast, by the way, so it's more than oatmeal. We have actually a good breakfast. Well, we have a big breakfast. I can't say it's good.
Beans, breads, pancakes.
Yeah, sure. Sausage and pancakes.
I'll
Roll the sausages up in the pancakes.
I'll have some.
And Trevor, while they're eating, I'll say that Tanelia did not move anything. She left everything right where your mother always left it. So
Kitty.
you've done a full inventory. I just sent you the list of what was missing.
I have a minor freak out of the thought of Randolph finding this out. Picturing my funeral.
Mm-hmm. There's very few people in attendance because there wasn't enough left to bury, apparently.
Yeah, that's his answer standing in the front room. Fuck.
And I think that's a good place to call it for the evening. Guys, thank you. I'm so glad that we got to do what we got to do, and we now have a new concoction from the Frick Brewery.
Ooh, what are we going to call it?
You really want Frick to come up with a name?
Yes.
I like
Jessalyn
Jessalyn's
can help you.
Blackberry Breakfast Brew.
I like it.
Yeah,
like
that
it.
sounds good.
That sounds good. Yes.
All right. guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We always have so much fun. I wish it would be sooner than 2 weeks, but we'll be back in about 2 weeks. See you then.